what's saying? It's your boy Big Crit, third co-representative. You know we doing it big out in Dallas, Texas. You listen to Mars on Deep Illinois. What you know about it?
Hey.
Welcome, everybody. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Yes, it is.
We are a little short today. I am Chris P., local celebrity. I'm joined by Lilith Holloman.
I am.
And Jasmine the Potty Mouth Princess is out of office today.
What up, Punk A?
Yeah, where's she?
Austin, South by Southwest.
Okay. Which we will be down there later on this week.
We shall. So if you're in Austin, check us out. Man, shout out to Crit. You know what I'm saying? For one, for the drop. Two, have you heard the Forever in a Day?
The mixtape, yeah.
Loving it. Anyway.
So, what's been going on, man?
Man, you know, been into this news thing as of late. You know, since I've been into this radio thing, I've been into this news.
Hold on. Do we got to let everybody know today is Steak and BJ Day?
It is Steak and BJ Day,
yes.
Isn't it?
For those of y'all that don't know, Steak and BJ Day, this is actually the Steak and BJ Day edition of the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show. It's an answer to Valentine's Day. So, you know, all you girls get all types of gifts and all types of nice treatment. February 14th, March 14th is ours. Cook
and we want our just due.
And slob us down.
Please.
Yes.
Wet mouth.
Yeah, and anyway, it's about 8:30, so they got about 3.5 hours, ladies. You know, if you want to make a phone call.
Make it count.
Yes.
Make it all count.
Make it count.
He better not wake up with a frown in the morning. That's just
or just invite him over, feed him, suck him, send him home.
Yeah.
Anyway, so what's been going on, man?
Yeah, this Republican thing is getting out of hand, man. Rick Santorum has just won the South, pretty much Alabama and Mississippi. And when I say he's won it by like a 99% landslide over Romney, which was 30%. Then that's in the two different states, so it splits down. Romney only got 30%, and let's see, Newt Gingrich only got 31% in Mississippi, and in Alabama,
99% reporting.
Yeah, 99. No, right. No, 99%. 99% with the two states together. So he's got 33 in one, and not 33. What's 99 divided by 2?
99% reporting. Santorum won 2 states.
There you go.
Yeah. Okay, what else has happened? There was an airline stewardess, American airline stewardess. Man, she spazzed out on the plane. They say she might have been bipolar, but she was on the plane talking about, it's not my fault if we're going to crash and this and that.
I heard about that.
Yeah, they had to call the plane back to it was at DFW, actually.
Really?
If I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was a flight going to Chicago.
Getting it
and
in.
yeah, they had to pull it back around and get the laws over there.
Well, I mean, you already know what it is when it comes down to the D-Town and people acting a fool.
All the time. What else happened?
Man, well, somebody got killed at Onyx again.
Really?
Yeah, had to go ahead and report that one. Yeah. Fight led into a murder.
When was this?
This was around 2:30 on a Tuesday. So $2 Tuesday. There's somebody went there got drunk.
Last night or the week before?
This was last night.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's some wild shit.
Well, actually, it was Tuesday night, Wednesday morning. So all this shit popped off around 2:30.
This morning.
Wow. Yeah. So.
Damn.
But I like to say Tuesday because the sun ain't up. We still in the day before for me.
There you go.
You know.
Let's see. I went to the Slaughterhouse show Thursday.
Oh yeah. And, when Black Chambers in there.
Yeah, they opened up for him. They put on a good show. Slaughterhouse put on a good show. You know, you can kind of tell it's a little rusty, I guess, because it's the first show of the tour.
Yeah.
And man, I feel like I got ripped off at the meet and greet, man.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, see, I remember you had the meet and greet tickets or whatever.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So I go in there, right? I figure, you know, for promotional purposes, I'm gonna take one picture with each of them.
Right.
So I walked in there with 4 layers on. I had a white tee on. I had a collar shirt. I got a hoodie and a hoodie jacket.
So you won't get caught in the same outfit twice?
So I look like it was 4 separate instances.
Chris gonna try to pull one of my moves. I feel
and man, I walk in there and I got the same picture everybody got. They're just sitting there, and everybody, you just go stand behind them, click, and move on. Go upstairs.
So it wasn't like when we went to go see Crit, where everybody got that. Man, that's
I couldn't get a drop. They wouldn't let me do shit.
For real?
Yeah.
Bullshit.
Yeah.
No bueno.
That's okay. They're going to give me an interview one day.
Speaking of no bueno, I mean, really don't affect me nor you much, but DPD is consolidating their maintenance garages. So they pretty much took the one that's on the north side and made everybody drive to the northeast side. So, or not northeast, northwest side. So there's a station that's off of Northwest Highway. All of the cops that are downtown and other places, everybody has to go out there to get their maintenance done now. So,
isn't there one right here?
Yeah, they got to go over there too to get their maintenance done. But usually it's small things like windshield wipers, you know what I'm saying, cracked windshield, something like that, then get done quick. So, but they got to complaining because the price of gas is going up. I know you especially know this.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So now they got to take that good old 30-minute drive. They've been kind of in an uproar, but who really cares? You know what I'm saying? Even though it did make news.
Yeah, and it'll be less hot for you walking around the streets of Deep Ellum, right?
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go around, break a whole bunch of windshields, and start pulling off windshield wipers. You know what I'm saying? So I can make everybody go. You know what I'm saying? Go to the far side of town. I told you.
That's not a bad idea.
Mob up with me. We wrecking cars. We wrecking police cars. Let's get it.
Yeah, and this is evidence. You know that, right?
I don't give up.
Okay. Remember the pig's blood story?
Oh, I do remember the pig's blood story. How could I forget?
The Columbia packing plant in Oak Cliff is, I think they got shut down, and now they put out a video saying that it's not their fault, it's the city's fault, and this and that, telling their side of the story. I got bored with it after about a minute.
You really did?
Yes, I did.
Why'd you get bored with it?
It was
after
just
a minute, just full of shit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So what else?
Let's see. A man in Fort Worth, a 27-year-old man by the name of Timothy McBrown. He's going up for murder.
For what?
For killing a 2-year-old. He's suspected of killing
allegedly.
A 2-year-old. Allegedly. I say suspected.
How did he allegedly kill it?
I said it was a 2-year-old boy, didn't I?
Oh, I didn't say boy. Okay, how did he kill him?
Oh, they had a blunt force trauma. So
Damn.
I guess he either hit the kid or he fell down some steps while he wasn't paying attention or something like that. But now they're they are launching the Child Protective Services took the other child. You know what I'm saying? And they're launching an investigation. DPD is into the. I'm not DPD. I'm sorry. FPD is launching an investigation. So it's yeah.
You had to say some shit to put us on a downer, huh?
I had to, man. I mean that's news, man. I mean, what dude is really just out here killing kids?
Shit.
Outside of old dude that I told y'all about that one time. You remember him? Fuck that bitch. Fuck you, bitch. Kill that baby. I don't give a damn. That dude. Outside of him, I don't know too many people that's really out there just, killing kids. So
and speaking of the laws, shout out to Juan Rodriguez. Juan Rodriguez is a 17-year-old that escaped during the Frank Crowley court building flood and evacuation.
I salute you.
Yes, he was helping clean up and just walked out. He's still on the run. That's cool, right?
That is cool.
That's so cool.
I salute you so much, man. You don't even know. Speaking of Texas, we getting some money in for people who have no homes. HUD is getting, I think it's $200 million. No, not $200 million. $200,000 from the government to fund homes.
Fund homes.
Fund homes.
So low income.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So I guess we should listen to some music.
Ooh, I messed that up. It is $201 million.
Yeah, I was going to say $200,000 will barely get you a house.
I was hoping you caught that.
Yeah, I was just going to let you just,
Really? You going to let me
just
slide?
Let it float out there.
As many times as you pause everything I do, you going to let me slide on that?
Well, when you say some questionable shit,
You're slacking in your Mackin', Chris.
No, I'm just trying to let the folks know.
Slipping in your pimpin'. Go ahead.
Well, this is the new Tunk song. Where I'm From is followed by Necessary. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Let go.
Where I'm from, it's what real niggas do. Where I'm from, it's what real niggas do. Where I'm from, where I'm from, where I'm from, this is what real niggas do. Where I'm from, this what real niggas do. I'm not to my generation, this your motivation. To my generation, I got real niggas do. I'm broke in the beach, still rocking like that. I'm stocking zip. They think flame. Bruce Lee with the kick game introducing. I might as well use Bruce Lee as my nickname. Feet first, top tier, elite work. Dig up deep dirt for the combo. I'm like Nardwar with the research. Weird hat with my clothes, light years back on my foes. Nice Air Max on my toes. Mike's click, capture these flows. One like fine wine. Einstein, many years to come on your timeline. You behind, I'm flying. My backpack's a jetpack at 29.9. The soul of a leader, the heart of the future. The art in the winning, the far from a loser. Hey, come on, hey, come on. Look, come on, the soul of a leader, the heart of the future. The art in the winning, the far from a loser. Hey, come on, hey, come on, hey, come on. No hat back with shoes tied. Kung future, no fool's pride. Blue skies, like travel like Clark Kent. That's a gift, no Yuletide. Huge eyes when I flew by. Digested food rise. Got a few flies, cause I'm nasty as them two live crew guys. Poolside with a baby, she got a big pool size. Oh my new prize, something that you can afford to buy. Let true slide from your lips to your mouth get too dry. The shit, yeah, I'ma need to ply. My temperature now is July. Too hot, man, I'm out this bull. Bye.
This is the My Liberation Radio Show.
Can I get some mic? Oh, hold up.
You got mic.
Do I got mic?
See, you fucking with the levels.
No. I'm hearing mics over here.
Well, that must be that shitty one.
That's that bullshit. There
That's
it
that
is.
bad connection.
I had to go on ahead. Speaking of that bullshit,
Uh-oh.
you already know what time it is.
What time is it?
Now.
How about you switch mics?
Damn.
Pause.
You was waiting to do that.
Yeah, I
was
was.
waiting on the pause moment. Nah, I'm cool right here. I'm just not gonna touch it. Now, speaking of that bullshit, you already know it's all now bitch time, right?
Okay, so what happened to you?
All right, so, you know what I'm saying? I'm on the phone with the lovely young lady, you know, chopping it up, kicking
What's
it.
her name?
No.
No.
Not
Why
this
not?
time. No, not this
You
time.
got in trouble. The stud chick kicked your ass when
Hell
she
no,
seen
that
you.
one
Huh?
kicked my ass with a whack-ass pussy.
Oh, okay.
Huh? Anyway, say, man,
She's not used to the shit.
nah, she whack.
Well, she's not used
Hey,
to pipe.
I'm not with somebody telling somebody, hey man, I'm finna tear your boy up, and it don't do nothing good. It's just not what that is. It's not.
Okay, anyway, so what happened this time?
So I'm on the phone, you know, talking all lovely and sweet to the young lady and everything, and
You gotta quit that shit.
damn, I can't be nice, I can't be mean. What the fuck, Chris?
You can be mean.
I can be mean.
Yeah.
Fuck the hoe, like that.
Yeah.
All right. So, yeah, I'm talking all nice and sweet to the young lady on the phone. Conversation's going good for probably about a good 30, 45 minutes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And she say something under her breath. I'm like, excuse me, you know what I'm saying? You don't mind repeating yourself, do you? She was like, I don't feel like it right now. I was like, all right, then, you know what I'm saying? It's kind of fucked up that you don't feel like repeating yourself, but you know what I'm saying? I'm not your man, you know what I'm saying? So you ain't got no commitments to me to repeat yourself. She gon', what you mean? The fuck you mean? What you mean?
You gotta
Like,
find some better friends, man.
Anyway, she's like, fuck. I was like, fuck you mean? What you mean? You know what I'm saying? You're not my girl. We not, you know what I'm saying? We not doing nothing but chilling, talking on the phone. Ugh. And they gonna hang up the phone in my face. I don't get the phone hung up in my face.
So you called her back?
Of course. And the
Yes.
first three words, guess the first three words I said were, Chris?
Oh, no, bitch.
Oh, no, bitch. You're not finna hang up my motherfucking face like I'm some old Rudy Poot ass, punk ass nigga up in this hoe. Oh, baby, I'm sorry. No, baby, I'm sorry me now. You should thought about that shit before we got the goddamn me phone, hoe. Yeah, shooting shots. You know what I'm saying? So you know what I'm saying? I was like, I had to go on and tell her, say, man, you know what I'm saying? I'm no disrespect, but when I see you, I'm gonna slap the shit at you.
You didn't say that.
I did say that.
Really?
I did.
Have you seen her?
No, not yet.
You going to?
Of course.
Does she know it?
Yeah. Yeah.
You gonna slap her?
Slap the dog shit out of that.
And then what?
Slap a taste out of her mouth.
And then you gonna be nice to her again, talk to him. Yep.
I'm gonna take a move out of
Cameron.
Damn, I can't even say my boy name. So top in the building. I'm gonna take a move out my nigga book, you know what I'm saying? And yeah, beat the shit out the hoe.
Oh, wow. Damn, it sound like you snitching.
I was mad, bro. Oh, I was sound like I'm snitching?
A little bit.
I just shouted out my homeboy so up top in the building.
And then you said I'm gonna beat a bitch up.
Well, I mean, I didn't put 2 and 2 together until you put it together, Chris.
Hey,
Sound like you snitching.
No.
Snitch.
You know what? I actually had an bitch moment.
What?
Yeah, it was a while back though.
Bust it.
I had met this chick on a Friday. She came by the house. And
Uh-huh.
I got it Sunday.
Okay.
And I got it like 2 or 3 times.
Work.
And then she asked me like for $30 for grocery money.
Oh, now, bitch.
Yeah, that was the last time I talked to her. I dropped her off and yeah.
I wouldn't have said in the whole ride home, did you?
What?
Outside of that, no, I'm not giving you no fucking money.
No,
for
this was
food.
like as she was getting out of the car.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, well, cool. Then you didn't have to have that awkward silence ride.
No, not at all. I've had the awkward silence. We'll talk about that shit off air. So, I'm just worried about this girl. You gonna smack the shit out of her?
I'm gonna smack the dog shit out of her ass.
You ain't gonna do shit.
Okay.
See, I'm that dude that
He gonna get your feelings hurt. Chris gonna get your feelings hurt. And your face.
I'm that dude that I bet you won't.
You bet him.
I bet
will.
you won't. I bet you won't.
How much?
Shit, 10,000. No.
Yeah, I'm gonna say put some
I
on
put
it.
$100 on it. You gonna need that $100 to get out of jail.
I need it now. Shit. What you mean?
You didn't put it on
Shit.
YouTube so we can all see it.
YouTube?
Yeah.
I might YouTube it.
Okay.
I might just do that.
You ain't gonna do shit.
You damn wrong.
I'm damn wrong.
Damn wrong. I'm a fool when I want to be. You know that, Chris.
If Jazz were here, she'd be telling you the same thing.
Speaking of which, say, man, I got an now bitch moment for my kinfolk. Why the fuck she ain't here, man?
I don't know. She feel like she too good to come for the Wednesdays. No.
Nah,
she didn't.
No.
Yeah,
Shout out to Next in Line. You know what I'm saying? VA's got a show today. McDuff's got a show tomorrow. So if you in Austin and you checking us out, you know what I'm saying? Fuck with them. We'll be down there on Friday. Yeah, we'll be down there on Friday. So be on the lookout for us as well. So yeah.
Well, let's listen to some music.
I'm loving some music right now.
Okay. It's TBR with Pirate Radio, and after that, it's speaking of Pat P.
Hey, so top in the building.
Yeah, it's Give Me That. This is the Miley
Give
Best
me
Radio
that
Show.
good girl.
Did you sing the hook?
Yeah. No. Did I sound like I sang the hook?
You could.
Damn.
Yeah.
All right then. Pat, I'm singing your next hooks. Essences.
I can't stress it enough, my patience is thin. This is a warning for you DJs that's making me spin. Corny niggas taking L's while we just wait for the win. They ain't used to this real rap, so we just breaking them in. You see, they tryna treat us like a new glove, but they slept on us for too long. It's time to show them that we too tough. We distributing like a new plug. Round here the niggas doing Dougies, catch a few slugs. I'm sick of that film, it's making me nauseous. So we coming to the station and we taking it hostage. And tell them fuck negotiations. This New Dallas and we came to fuck up what you call rotation. Stick up, don't nobody move, bitch. We're taking over and we gon' make y'all play this new shit. We four times the revolution, so now we come to take it over. This is called a revolution. We gon' make it fun of the shit. Homie told me who's the fun of this shit. It's New Dallas and we decided we don't like that. Get down, this is a honey show. It's a robbery, everybody fucking move. Automatic ammunition and a bag of tools. Tape up the secretary, please excuse explicit views. But that trash ass music needs to be removed. I understand that we all walk in different shoes, but stomp that shit until the whole movement feel abused. Now I'm your DJ, VJ, we play TBR, replay, TBR, replay. Feeling in the building and I only play the dope shit. Between you and I am not playing your shit. Like who would I decide between Jesus or Moses? So I'ma split the guard and let Mary get me blow, bitch. Stick up, don't nobody move, bitch. We're taking over and we gon' make y'all play this new shit. We four times the revolution, so now we come to take it over. This is called a revolution. We gon' make it fun of the shit. Homie told me who's the fun of this shit. It's New Dallas when we decided we don't like that. Get down, this is a horror show.
Lil' mama bad, booty softer than honey, but my swag's on point, so I'm shooting at her like a tummy cut. No, I'm Mr. Show Up, so I'm known as the chosen one. Lil' mama got that good, I'm drinking, I'm throwing 101. Now drop it, now work it, throw that ass to the beat. Call her Mrs. Wilker, she got more tricks than a bag of trees. Know the kids player, money ain't shit. Make it thunder in the club just to start shit. Let's go, superstar status, it's automatic. Stun hard in the club, let these haters have it. My wrist game froze, I mean I'm talking carry. She all on my job, I'm ballin' just like the mask. Her ass wrapped around my 501 jeans. She grabbing on my pockets in my zipper like a fiend. I heard she got that good, so she on my starting team. Put her in the game, watch out how she go for more. Shake that ass.
She's an ass shaker, money maker. I'm a real nigga, a fucking player. I'll pay for it if I want it, ho. Now turn around and dust it up and like, girl, get it, 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 girl, get it. My swag on and hers like mine. She gravitate to a nigga every single time, and I don't pay for it. Yep, I get it free. I understand it crystal clear like it's HD. Hey Louis up in this bitch, by the club, you know what's up. Walk around this hoe getting tipsy, purple jeans off in my cup. Yeah, I'm fucked up, so where the hoes at? I said let's play the game. Then she threw it back. I put my helmet on and run that bitch for a touchdown. All them hoes gather around when I touch down. They get naked, no strippers. I'm steady sipping color purple. Call me mister, you know what it is. We hold it down. Top guns, bitch. Yes, we run our town. Pet D, rep in the building. A. Louis lounging while these hoes kill it. She's an ass shaker, money maker. I'm a real nigga, a fucking player. I'll pay for it if I want it, ho. Now turn around and dust it up and like, get it, girl, 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 get it, girl.
She's super fine, that's an understatement. Hips are hypnotizing, there's just no escaping. Yeah, she got my eyes under lock and key. I try to look away, I swear that ass is watching me. Got me feeling special, the way that ass clapping. Say she soaking wet, I got that Magnum wrapper. Plus that good cushion Chardonnay. She my distant lover, call me Marvin Gaye. Yeah, said I know you want that healing, I'ma break you off. Your legs had no feeling, legs in the ceiling. I'm about to go for gold, fuck it, we go platinum like 1,000,000 records sold. I got plenty time on my camera phone, and we got this house rocking like a mobile home. Shout to Deuce as I put my loafers on, gotta give it to my cheese, provolone. Her legs limber like mozzarella, got a groove back, so I call her Stella.
She's an ass shaker, money maker. I'm a real nigga, a fucking player. I'll pay for it if I want it, ho. Now turn around and dust it up and like, get it, girl, 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 get it, girl.
You sure that wasn't you?
Give me that good girl.
And we're back. This is the Mildly
like
Abrasive. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Uh-huh.
And that was P singing the hook,
You know.
I think.
Not on that song, but just now.
No. And this is Deep Elm on Air.
Shout out to Pat P. So top in the building.
And we'll be down in South by Southwest
with Pat P.
Yeah.
Yeah, so be on the, like I said, be on the lookout for us.
Okay, so been reading the news and shit, and they're trying to get rid of $1 bills.
For real?
Yeah. Y'all remember John McCain?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's still alive.
American.
Who knew? You know, maybe if he had won, he'd still be alive. I don't know.
He'd still be like a presence, but he.
Never mind. I'm gonna stop talking shit. Well, apparently,
Why? When you have the free form to do so.
I know.
Let
but
the shit flow.
Karma.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So anyway, apparently him and Democratic Senator Tom Harkin of Iowa are trying to get rid of the $1 bill.
For real?
Basically, fuck George Washington and the bill he was tipped on. The estimates are that replacing the paper dollar with a coin dollar could save $5.5 billion over 30 years as the coins last longer and they reduce the need to replace them.
So Newt thinks he's harder than the first president? Is that pretty much it? That he just gonna erase George's, you know what I'm saying, memory off the dollar bill?
Who?
George Washington.
You said Newt?
Yeah. Was it Newt?
No. McCain.
McCain.
Yeah.
I don't be keeping up with these old white men. They all look the same to me.
The racist ass. I thought,
you know it.
I thought we weren't gonna have that because Rage wasn't here.
Good times. Oh, my fault.
Yeah. But yeah, it's cheaper to get the coins because it costs more to make them, but they last like
a lot
30
longer.
years. Yeah.
Plus, they have you ever? Do you know what they do with old bills?
They shred them or they burn
them.
Yeah.
Man, that's a waste of money.
Yeah. Well,
I thought niggas wasted money.
It's worse than making it rain, right?
Mm-hmm.
But there's always been a pushback to this because they've tried to do it before, and even though most countries in the world have coins for their ones,
Right.
it just doesn't go over well here. I would have brought some examples of coins, but we're a little too old for show and tell.
What?
Would
you never too old, and never too young.
Shit.
For show and tell.
Would you be open to dollar coins only?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would love to go to the strip club with a pocket full of dollar coins.
And make it hell.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
I'm talking about golf ball size hell. Oh, she getting it. Bang.
Yeah.
Bitch. Yeah.
put
all
an
of
eye
that.
out. I know when I went to Mavericks Parade, man, I bought a $1.75 train ticket with a $20 bill in the ticket machine.
Yeah.
And I had to carry around a
whole bunch of Sacagawea.
Yeah, it sounded like a Vegas slot, when it
your
was spinning
pocket?
out my change. Yeah.
That's when you walk up on a chick, be like, "Say, so what's happening?" Shake that
See,
pocket full of quarters.
See, I'm broke right now. I had nothing in my pockets. Really though, my first thought was these guys are pretty old, and they're probably not in touch with the needs of the gentleman's club industry, like
Not
you
at
were
all.
saying.
Well, I don't know. They're politicians. They're always in need. They're in touch with the club of the need.
You know what?
Whatever.
I got in trouble for chunking a quarter at a dancer once.
I think
I
you
told
this
that.
story.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
we'd basically have to throw
Dollar
dollars
coins
at these chicks.
Yup. That's what you get.
Yeah, and I feel like I invented.
So next time
making
you
it
get hit in the head with a quarter, bitch, blame your politician. Call your local politician and you know what I'm saying? What is it? Write a petition.
something like that.
Yeah, wouldn't that be ill? A stripper petition.
Come on now, are they really
Think
gonna do
about
that?
it. Name number 1, Candy Drop. Number 2, Maybach. CK, not CH. CK.
Really?
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Luscious.
Luscious.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
I think they have to use their government name.
Really?
Yes,
I don't know. It's just got to be a name.
but
They just got to have. They just got to have. What is
No.
it? 250.
It needs to be a government name.
Names.
It's a
No, it doesn't have to be.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes,
No,
because
it
you could be anybody.
True.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, but when you throw the dollars at them, I mean, it's who wants to dance from a chick with bruises all over? Maybe Rage.
I'll take a dance from chicken bruises on them. I mean, if they all $1 bruises, they can't be like dime size and no shit like that though.
Them in broke
Yeah.
rich. But I guess the workaround would be $2 bills, which could get expensive, and in
Yeah.
these economic times, not
Well,
cool.
you think they're gonna bring the $2 bill back if they go to the coin dollar?
Shit, I've been to strip clubs where they give you nothing but $2 bills.
For real? Is it
Yeah.
$2 Tuesday at Onyx?
No.
Somebody get shot that night?
But you know what's fucked up though? If you start tucking $1 coins in your bombs, it's gonna look like you have poopy draws. And lady parts are gonna smell
gonna-
metallic.
Well, you can slide it in the slot like a soda machine.
Yeah,
See if it
well,
works.
Yeah, well.
Huh? Huh?
No? I was thinking that, but yeah.
Yeah. You know,
Probably
'cause
fall out the bottom.
I mean, they say probably fall out the
Yeah.
bottom.
And you know what?
I just had a visual. If you can't visualize, it looks like this.
What's worse is going to make it harder to lie to the guy standing outside the convenience store asking for change. If the ones are metal, they're going to clank. And,
Yeah.
I'd hate to have to fight a dope fiend or a homeless guy for calling me out on my lie.
Think about it though. Yeah, that's one thing. And think about it though. I mean, you know what I'm saying?
Those guys in my neighborhood.
If he
don't
runs
fuck
up on
around.
a stripper, she gonna give him a whole bunch of ones that smell like
Vagina,
that too.
ass.
I'm saying it's got to go in a slot. So
Yeah,
it can go in the front
Well,
and back.
when one slot gets full,
Yeah.
Ugh.
Not unless you're taking them in their ears or mouth.
mouth. But you know what? If it does go through, I'm gonna go get me an old school couch, the kind you sit down in and you sink into, and invite my friends over every weekend.
I feel it.
One of them kind of couch, with that kind of couch cushion, man, I'm paying a light bill. I'm paying something.
Real talk.
I'm gonna go get me an old school car. I'm gonna trade in the Accord for like a old school Oldsmobile or something.
Okay.
Maybe get somewhere with a bench seat.
Gonna walk in there and just shake all them quarters.
Yeah, but
I'm trying to get me a new whip today. What you got for me? I got $1,000 in change.
Yeah,
So that's a lot of homeboys coming through though.
shit.
I mean,
they paying bills.
It's better than, you know what I'm saying. It's better than having a, you know what I'm saying.
I just have a whole bunch of strippers come by the house.
You should.
Yes.
With bruises.
That's okay.
That's the only ones you can talk to though. That's how you know they making money.
But you know what? If you do it right, you put a couple extra bruises on there. Anyway.
All right.
No, yeah, I know that sucked.
No, I was gonna say.
Is that better?
I was also gonna say, we might have our show, the show that we have been talking about for a while, where we're gonna have the strippers come through, and you know what I'm saying. So
really? You got something lined up?
I think
we'll talk about that off air.
Hopefully they change it. Hopefully they change the dollar coin. Change it to the dollar coin by that time.
No, it's gonna be a long time.
I just want to see show and tell.
You just want to throw coins at people.
Yep.
That's what pennies are for.
Like, you know what I'm saying, old school Northern Ryan style.
I seen a dude in high school get hit in the back of the head with an apple from like 20 yards.
Okay, I gotta say this. Oh, I seen a dude get hit in the head with a rock. Right, it started a big ass brawl. That's one.
That's usually how it happens.
It usually does, because I mean, you know, when it comes out of the crowd, people are just like, "Who the fuck?" and they start swinging on people. But I think my favorite one was I was suspended at Lake Highlands, and
which time?
Man, this time I got suspended 14 times in a row, so it don't matter which time.
Are you serious?
I'm dead shit serious.
That's not
it's a record. As a matter of fact, it wasn't even the record that year.
Yeah. Do I know the worst offender?
Do you know the worst offender?
What's his name? Go ahead and call him out. We're grown. We're graduated. Shit, don't matter.
I know the first name was Tyrone. I can't remember his last name though.
Oh.
Yeah.
What'd he do? What'd you do?
Just being late to class. You know when they changed this shit over to being late?
I didn't have that problem. I graduated before you did.
Yeah, you did.
I'm old.
Yeah, you did. But you were in high school. You were still in ninth grade. You were still in ninth grade by the time I went my 14-day streak. But anyway, I was in ISS for my 7th time of the 14th streak, and I seen a dude get stabbed in the chest with a pencil.
Well, I got stabbed in the leg with a pencil in 5th grade.
Ain't shit to get stabbed in the chest, buddy.
I know. Never mind. I'm not gonna call that person out.
Why not? Well, I'm the only one that's gonna call people out. That's what we doing, Chris. You gonna get PI on me and shit?
I just know somebody who stabbed somebody in the chest with like some type of something, and they got away with it. Yeah.
Go ahead.
Anyway, so
salute to you for getting away with it.
So we actually have a new song on the show this week.
What that is?
This is called "La La La" by Anonymous Culture.
Already?
Yeah, I actually chopped it up with his manager for about an hour and a half the other day. Good people.
So this is probably going to be an Anonymous Culture sighting.
Probably sometime in the near future. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. So and then after that is Hunter with My Shoes.
Damn, I miss my kinfolk.
Why?
Cause she the one that bring all the energy.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, we need you to start jumping up and down and shit and.
Play the track.
All right.
Let's get it.
Hey, let's stop talking, man. La 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 la. Look how she dropping it. La 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 la. And we stay rolling it. La 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 la. Look how she dropping to the floor. Pick it back up and drop a low more. That's what's rolling out. I got me beast mode. So ignorant, stupid, getting explicit. If I'm witnessing your vision, the picture is priceless. I might just shut the club down now, cause they can't even show how much I bow. Golf, lacrosse, ain't gotta prove nothing at all, but to show I'm well off. I'm walking around the club, pouring gas by the jug. And a message to the masses, I'm fantastic and I'm fastest, so you bastards can never pass this. MJ with the rapping, Pretty Grove to the gristle, Triple D be my passion, Mo Dallas to the Maverick. I was born to star, and my cowboy tactics got me reaching ranges I couldn't imagine. Yeah, so gon' feel a burn, a desperado vigilante. So I'm taking my turn, never wait for no man. Always outside the box, even rushing to the box. The hey, let's stop talking. Hey, la 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 la. Look how she dropping it. La 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 la. And we stay rolling it. La 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 la. Look how she dropping to the floor. Pick it back up and drop a little more. That's what's rolling out. I got me beast mode. My pivot on and I'm stronger than individuals. Coming for my residuals. Give me my checks quick. The principal system flip. But right now me and my clique the intuition to this chick while she in tune with a pole. Don't judge us, it's only entertainment. No different from what she do with me when I do the same. Yeah, okay, I'm lying. torture. Why the floor shift? Got us hitting all type of spins. La 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 in my bloodstream. My la 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 any track. La 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 how she move it in, make it clap. So standing ovation. Let's hear a Bravo. Round of applause. Why she la la la? Hey, let's stop talking. Hey, la 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 la. Because she dropping it. La 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 la. And we stay rolling it. La 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 la. Because she dropping to the floor. Pick it back up and drop a little more. La 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 la. Roll out la la. Got me with your bills. Talking that la la la. We don't care. Just drop that la la. Put that la 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 in the air. Talking that la la la. We don't care. Just drop that la la. Put that la 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 in the air. Talking that la la la. We don't care. Just drop that la la. Put that la 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 in the air. Talking that la la la. We don't care. Just drop that la la. Put that la la la. Hey, stop talking that. La 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 la. Because she dropping it. La 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 la. We stay rolling
Walking in my shoes ain't no easy task. Trying to box with all my blues, or will my patience last? Can I say what I wanna say without your censorship? Wanna prototype my style of look the soul within. Some people like me, some people don't. I shall not fret. I'll keep on trucking. I'm not gonna give it up just yet. Some people just want me to concede. Something in my heart tells me to believe, yeah. It hurts, it hurts. Walking in my shoes and praying on my dues. Oh, yeah. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Walking in my shoes, walking in my shoes, and praying on my dues, praying on my dues. Puff, smoke, sip, drink. Had to stop so I could think. Picked up my pen so I could write it all down, because I knew that I was playing to a musical sound. When I'm on the dance floor, when I bend my spine and try to work away the pain that I feel at times. I know it ain't gonna help me if I keep it all in, so I wipe away a tear for my family and friends, and then I try to avoid the catastrophe when I tell the heavens just to let me be. See, everybody needs a little time to think. Keep yourself on the right track, move your feet, cause if you're going too slow, then your shoes will last. You can buy a new pair when you're walking fast. The path that I take makes my peace still. Take a walk in my shoes and I'll show you. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Walking in my shoes and praying on my dues. Oh, yeah. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Walking in my shoes, and praying on my dues, praying on my dues. Round the block I've been a time or two, you see. Sometimes I wanna step in someone else's cleats, get on the field and play with someone else's team, but then I wouldn't have the gifts that the Father gave to me. Some people like me, some people love my dirty draw. Still gonna be happy. Sometimes we cannot win them out. When my heart and mind just push and shove, my heart will always win because there lives love. It hurts, it hurts, it hurts. Walking in my shoes.
And we're back. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show. You know what? I need somebody to love my dirty draws.
Shit, I need somebody to love my dirty draws too. I think I do, but I'm not quite for sure.
I guess it depends how dirty.
I need you to love them enough to at least wash them, so I don't have to wash them. I hate washing clothes. I hate it with a passion. Oh, yeah.
Your mic, you fucked it up.
There
you go.
Yeah.
There you
so
go.
like I was saying, I hate washing with a passion. So I need any chick out there that love me enough to wash my dirty drawers. Bring your ass on. That's
Hey, it's Steak and BJ Day, right? They might as well.
Steak and BJ Day. You might as well.
So,
Blow job and my drawers washed.
no steak?
Hey, that's getting sucked up clean. Like for real,
Tube
for real.
steak wrapped in underwear.
Steak. Yep. And clean drawers.
There you go.
Fresh out the dryer.
So, you had something to tell us.
Speaking of getting sucked up and screwed, 200, there are 200 to 300. there are 200 to 300 teachers this year after spring break that will be having the extended extra long spring break.
How long is extended extra long?
Forever, ho. And I mean, damn.
Wow.
Yeah, so it's reported that DISD is sending out more than 200 teachers a letter letting them know that they're not going to renew their contract by the end of spring break.
DISD had 200 teachers?
Man, DISD still? Yeah, I know. I was a little surprised too. I thought they fired them all last year.
It seemed like they didn't have a big layoff or something last year.
Yeah, man. I was just about to say they're shutting down like 11 schools in DISD next year.
So if you go to DISD, yeah, feel free to bring your pistol, your sweet.
Yeah, right.
Don't matter because ain't nobody gonna be there to enforce shit.
Nope. You know what I'm saying? They gonna have like lean on me sessions where they lock in the front door and shit. Yeah, the Teacher Alliance said that many of the teachers that received the letters are not going to have a job next year. There's a job fair. There's a job fair at Kimball at the end of spring. So good luck to y'all. I just really wanted to bring that up so I could rant, man. Because I mean, the head of the Teachers Alliance said, Rangel, that's a slap in the face, man. And then you're gonna look down the line 5-10 years later, and you wonder why these kids are gonna be in prison, beating up their mamas, stealing chicken. Well,
you know who's gonna benefit?
Who?
Onyx.
More strippers, more death.
You know, shit. Teachers and students.
Yeah.
Class of 2012 will be there in about 3 months.
Hey, didn't I have you in homeroom? Now I see you driving it like it's hot. I was wondering what them titties look like.
Yeah, pretty much.
Hey, I'm not the only one who wondered what my third grade teacher titties look like because they was up there. I know I'm not. Yeah.
Sitting up high.
Elbow.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I had a few teachers I want to smash on.
Speaking of which, man, how we gonna fire the people that we love so much? I mean, these are the people that teach us about our adolescence, about our youth.
That's the first person we lust after.
For real.
Yes.
For real. That's the first person that we have a crush on. Is your fine homeroom teacher in the 6th grade when you finally figure out where all this hair and shit coming from.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Why
this shit won't go down?
How you got hair between your legs this time? Nuts started dropping. You like, man, she the one who explained everything for you.
You know what? And for some reason, it just stuck with me over the years. I remember one of my friends told me that he wanted our teacher to rub her nose on his junk.
I wanted Miss.
She had like a big nose, so he just wanted to.
I told Miss Mason to suck my dick, and I really meant that. But when I told her to eat my ass, I didn't mean that at that time because I didn't know ass.
But now
I didn't know what it felt like. But now that I know, Miss Mason,
pause.
If you decide that you feel like putting your face in my ass for all of the shit that used to go on, I ain't mad at you, mama. Come on with it.
Wow.
I'm gonna fart right on the tongue.
Wow.
Right on the tongue.
Wow.
Rub it in for that for that D I got.
So I pause.
Damn, you pause anything.
Yes, but that D you got?
Yeah, but you know what I'm saying? To be on a serious note, it really does, you know what I'm saying? It really does break my heart because, you know what I'm saying, these are the people that when they're young decide to dedicate their life to, you know what I'm saying, making other people's lives better, and we're firing them by the truckloads and by the busloads. So, I mean, you know, shit. Damn. That's all I can say.
Damn.
So salute to the teachers, the ones that are still working, those that aren't working. I hope you find a job, or you know, Onyx is always hiring.
Hey, Mayhem's always hiring.
Mayhem is always hiring. If you talking about hitting the stroll, Mayhem is always hiring.
Yes.
Best way in.
Yes.
You know a little something about that.
Do you?
A little bit.
You purchasing vagina at Best Way in? I just for those that don't know, there is a motel right off the track called the Best Way In.
Right off the track.
Irony.
Made money.
Wow.
Money made.
So it's gonna be a whole bunch of unemployed teachers.
Yeah. Shout out to Amanda.
Who's Amanda?
We'll get into that after the break.
Okay. Shout out to Ness. He just liked our tune in.
Shout out to Ness.
And shit.
Thank you, my kind sir, my good sir.
Actually, shout out to War because this is his new song.
Oh shit, we got new War.
Well, we've played it a couple times, but yeah, it's new.
Okay, well, Mr. I Am Dallas, we finna get into your shit. You already know how we do.
And then it's Cottonmouth. This is the Mile of Bracer Radio Show.
My nigga Cottonmouth. There we go.
Okay. Wartime. You know it? War. I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out of here, chest out of my head up. 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 Hey, I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out here, chest out of my head up. Chest
papers. Gotta go hard, mama said I must. Got a whole gram and a green sweet. With my lighter, dog, I'ma fire up. MCE the shit, baby. My whole team diapered up, don't fight with us. I got a point to prove, it's like tonight I rush. He out here with his chest out, he out here with his head up. I said heater on while I'm getting mine, even when it's not winter time. Mind your beans, don't get into mine. Intertwined and feeling nine. Told her I'm a different kind. I work your spine, then work a nine. I got workers too, I got a hit squad, and they'll kill it in a certain time. I'm a have-not and a rag top with a bad watch. Stay mad watch. Looking so good, the laws put me over and said my tag was hot. Well, bitch, hides that is a paper tag. I just cashed it out where I'm employed. I'ma count my cash and just laugh it out.
I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out of here, chest out of my head up. 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 Hey, I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out here, chest out of my head up. 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 Chest out of my head up.
Pops told me keep your chest out. I was born with my head up. All I know is go get mine and let the rest get their head bust. No sympathy as long as my rent ain't free. If I don't put my chest out to go get it, who gon' give it to me? And yeah, I got artillery that cause misery and leave you history. Smoke, hickory. I dare you try to get to me. I hear the talking, I'm fed up. I'ma see if your head tough. My bread up, drop out. 50 bucks for a edge up. Got a lot of this from a lot of that. Chest out 100%. Take a lot, but don't take no shit. I'm on the clock, I count every tick. I get every bit till I'm very rich. I'm very sick. Machete split for that petty quick. That pretty shit. Nightmare through your belly, bitch.
I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out of here, chest out of my head up. 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 Hey, I'm the first up to get my bread up. I'm out here, chest out of my head up. 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 Chest out of my head up.
Trap this shit out, man. It work.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. I don't meet in person. I'm whipping in the kitchen. Microwave start working. But the shit we twerking. Posted up and we working. All day we serving. With that cake behind that curtain. Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. All up in the kitchen cause I'm finna earn that back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Bitch, get out of line. I got that 40 to blow your back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Ran out all them pounds. Now it's time to bring that crack out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. You know what's going. Serve a nigga when they cash out. Still at it and pushing. Yeah, nigga, we cushion. Stop fucking with a lot of niggas cause a lot of niggas they push. Stop fucking with a lot of niggas cause a lot of niggas they push. Stop fucking with a lot of niggas cause a lot of niggas they pussy. Money nigga don't change me. It's fucked up how the game be. When you fall off, you crab nigga, you fleet nigga, don't blame me. Riding around with a burn nose, with a young nigga that stay focused. Everything for the breakdown and we bagging up this quarter. Phone ringing like a hospital bell and bitch I got your order. Neighborhood full of zombies and cotton got that slaughter. All up at the racetrack, just hit a lick by 5 stacks. Part of good and that's on the hood, so I know that nigga coming back. Posted up at the Spizzy, all day we busy. Everything gets sold out, dance it up and then rolled out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. All up in the kitchen cause I'm finna earn that back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Bitch, get out of line, I got that 40 to blow your back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Ran out all the pounds, now it's time to bring that crack out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. You know what's going. Serve a nigga when they cash out.
Come round to my trap house. Show you what that crack bout. Drop a 50 this 6 and then I brought her in and eat out. I trapping shit, you know that. Show you what I do back. I'm whipping in the kitchen while I'm flexing in my Rolex. The message cross the border, always fill my order. I get them for the 12 and then I flip them for the quarter. You talking shit and you bluffing. This trapping shit ain't nothing. I'm booming and I'm bucking with a house full of them junkies. I don't show no love when it come to them drugs. Fuck around and get a deal, then go and ride the plug. Got your main bitch in here serving. Posted up and she working. When my pockets be hurting, grab that cake behind that curtain. Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. All up in the kitchen, cause I'm finna earn that back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Bitch, get out of line. I got that 40 to blow your back out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Ran out all them pounds, now it's time to bring that crack out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. You know it's going, serve a nigga when they cash out.
Bitch, I'm at the trap house. On me first. I'm whipping in the kitchen. Microwave stop working. But the shit we twerking. Posted up we working. All day we serve with that key behind that curtain. Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the trap house. Bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the bitch, I'm at the trap house. Oh, I'm at the
Stay tuned. We got Erotic D next.
Dive in, loot gainers, restraining orders, no arena to contain us. You spend energy trying to be famous, and you don't get no change back, let alone a favor. Love thy neighbor, make some dope with the thought of UEP, Michael Dyson flow. You know that Jesse Jack rainbow code, surrounded by the pots but no rainbows flow. Keep alive hope, somebody's trying to choke her. Air supply short like Hitch with no rustle. Life can be a bitch and make you usher. Your motherfuckers don't give a mother frigid, drop below zero, double digits. Larry Bird's Messier's image, Smith is the gifted. Reverb in that pivot. Double H was hiring soldiers, I enlisted. Ever since then, an old lineman in the trenches. Game on my chest, no spot about to bench it. These niggas nuts about to wrench it. Jordan, Utah, the J, clinch it.
Flow so legendary, very scary. Ready when it's necessary. Harry. If you ain't worthy, you should be worried. It could be the next one buried. When shit gets deep, so legendary, very scary. Ready when it's necessary. Harry. If you ain't worthy, you should be worried. You could be the next one buried. When shit gets deep. Off to new heights, my life on a tightrope. In tune with the mic, check the lights on my night scope. Ready to ignite, got a short fuse, I might blow. Losing control, speed racing with these white folk. Nice with my finger roll, bold with my soul. Cold with my 16s, need a track and figure foes. Me and Joe Green, stand tall, let them know. 5'6", looking 6'4". They put me in the mix, now I'm working on my trick shot. Swimming in the suspense intense like I'm Hitchcock. Watch how they flock to my hip-hop flip-flop. Lip lock on my dick with my shit drop. This my opera, I break them off proper. A new me, I'm working on my posture, you'll soon see. A new walk, a new talk, a new swagger. A new way to cut, a new dagger. Give it up. Flow so legendary, very scary. Ready when it's necessary. Harry. If you ain't worthy, you should be worried. It could be the next one buried. When shit gets deep, so legendary, very scary. Ready when it's necessary. Harry. If you ain't worthy, you should be worried. You could be the next one buried. When shit gets deep.
No inspiration, no motivation. Me and my girls' ups and downs, it seems there's no relationships will sell. Whether you there, life moves on. Shit, and we ain't even made it, but look how far we done gone. Talking about becoming a celebrity overnight. The success turned me to an antisocial socialite. Bitch, I'm on the road. Crack open that E and J, let the good times flow. I've been on this shit on fire, let the good times smoke. When it evaporates, I'm just left with this heroin audio. As if y'all didn't know. Do I live up to your expectations? Do you wish I don't make it cause I don't respond to your salutations? That's petty, man. Put that on everything. True, we in the same game, but things do change.
Can't you see that I don't fuck with y'all? I try to keep keep my distance, can I get a couple yards? If it's not my business, I try not to get involved. Don't make me and my nigga break it out, so pop it out.
Is you blind to the fact? Kiss my ass, I'm moving like gas, leaving your ass in the back.
Me, I'm in passenger strapped up in my seatbelt, I'm relaxed, not worried about them or the past. I'm more about getting this cash, just me and my last. Split it in half and letting it stack. Bitch, I got mouths to feed, a house of needs, and none of you were part of that. Get the fuck round from me, now I see how a lot of niggas act, acting like bitches, and I don't like bitches. Unless that bitch bad, can I get a witness? Can I get a witness? Let this be my last time
that I have to tell you this. We ain't cool, you don't know me, I ain't never been
the friendly type to help with friends. What I learned from them, they gotta turn their back to face you, then they turn again. Damn, my nigga, can't you see?
I don't fuck with y'all, I try to keep my distance. Can I get a couple yards? If it's not my business, I try not to get involved. Don't make me and my nigga break it out, so pop it out.
We're back. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Hey,
this is the Steak and BJ edition of the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Steak and BJ, baby.
So once again, you still have what, maybe 2.5 hours to make that phone call and make that man's day.
So
ladies.
treat him like the straw house and blow him down, please.
Yes. We have a special guest in the building tonight.
A special guest tonight.
For those of y'all that don't know, I know I'm gonna let you introduce yourself.
Erotic D.
The man.
Some say that.
I say that.
But before we start talking, I wish I had somebody campaigning to give me a blow.
Steak and blowjob?
Yeah, blowjob shit.
Yeah.
Shit. Hell, I'm trying to get my dick sucked.
I mean, I got the built-in automatic. I got that new version over there, that built-in automatic, every night type shit, but I still don't get no campaign for it.
I mean, hey, everybody needs a campaign.
Hey, we're here to campaign for every man that's listening.
You know what? Fuck it. Next week I'm coming with a banner. Steak and BJ. Make sure chicks know about it year round long.
Well, you know what? We'll just lie to them and say it's the 14th of every month.
Every month.
There we go.
That's not a lie. Ladies, it's the 14th of every month. Blow your man down.
Yes, or not even your man, just a random man.
Any man. Shit, blow me down. Matter of fact, stick your mouth open and you ain't got no dick to put in it. Call 214-471-9111 and I will gladly shove my dick in your mouth.
And there it is.
Wow, you might get the wrong person calling. But anyway, let's get back to our guest.
So, Tim and Terrence, call him now.
Hailing from the great state of Texas, from Fort Worth to be exact, Mr. Erotic D.
What's up?
You know what I'm saying? He's heard you got to start back in 1991. Who? Get
started? No, that shit is wrong.
It's wrong.
Not 91. Even I. Yeah.
What?
It's like 83.
There you go.
This profile,
83. Give that man a blow job.
Get it. Hey.
Yes, if you're watching.
471-9111. Chris P, local celebrity, just earned a blow job.
No, we can't. I can't do that on the air.
I might be able to
pulling it out for you.
I might be able to arrange that.
Okay. So 1983. Tell us, give us the rundown because not everybody knows.
Okay. In 1983, man, I was what people like to call an army brat.
Oh yeah.
So my family and I traveled around the world because my dad was in the service.
Okay.
So we settled down in a quaint little racist town called Arlington, Texas.
Egg Town.
Yeah.
Is it still racist?
No, not now. It's full of racists now, but not racists.
Oh, okay, racists.
Back then, it was just all whites. I mean, I could walk down the street and get called a nigger at any moment.
Wow.
Growing up in Arlington, yes.
Damn,
so we moved there, man, and I get into
fresh off nigga ass town.
Yeah, I mean we got Rappers Delight and all that popping off before then, but I was into hip hop before that. And when they started doing the cutting and scratching, man, I brought that from out of state here, and I was one of the first DJs in Arlington doing that.
So you hear it here. You looking at a pioneer.
Payo.
Pioneering.
So I started throwing my own parties.
All right.
And I'm throwing a party every week, man. I got knots of money at 13, 14 years old, like I'm a drug dealer.
Okay, so check. Start throwing parties. Lots of money.
So I start throwing parties. I'm cutting and scratching, drawing crowds. Ain't nobody dancing, everybody watching. That's how I knew this shit was.
Okay.
So from there, man, in 85, I decided I would. Somebody hunted me down. They wanted me to scratch on a record.
Okay.
All right.
So I made my first record when I was 14 or 15 years old.
How many of you niggas out there doing that? None.
Well, so I did that, and then shortly after that, I started my own groups, and I was writing raps. And that's another small detail that never gets covered in these people that know my history.
So let me get this straight. You started DJing at 14.
Mm-hmm.
You started writing probably about 16, 17?
15.
15?
Yeah.
Man.
And I started writing, I started out rewriting Run DMC songs. So I knew, so I could get the technique of writing raps down.
So instead of Walk This Way, it was Run That Way?
It was hard times. It was hard time. Walk This Way was way after I started rapping.
Okay.
We got Sucker MCs and Hard Time. And we got I Need a Beat by LL Cool J. Those songs were songs I would rewrite. And so side note for any MC out there, if you don't have somebody whose style you're ripping off and adding to your style, you're not a real MC. Everybody does that.
Everybody does.
You're supposed to do that. That's how you do it right. So
and if ain't nobody stealing your style, you suck, nigga.
Be a student of the game.
Yeah. So in '85 I got the first record out I'm DJing on, and then we do another record after that, and so we just and from day one these records have been released on West Coast labels. Okay. So that's where people get this idea that I'm from the West Coast or that I'm down. I did help build the West Coast rap thing because me and DOC and Eazy-E and Dr. Dre, all of us were all in separate camps, but we were all on the same label.
Okay.
In the West. So in 85 I started writing my own songs.
All right.
86 I started writing for other rappers, and then 86 I started producing. So I was actually writing raps years before I started producing.
Okay.
And that's why I write for all these artists that I produce, all these major artists, because I was a writer first. They all knew me like that before they knew me as a producer. So,
okay. Well, you've already dropped one name, DOC, and you know what I'm saying. You know, I got to get you to drop the big name so that way people really recognize.
The big name is Erotic D. Thought we dropped that a few times.
Okay, my fault. The second biggest name. You know what I'm saying?
Dre and Easy.
Yeah.
Those names. Yeah, I got some homeboys. One named Dr. Dre. One of them used to be named Eazy-E. And when I first got in the game, as far as on the major level, I was, I started out with them and been dealing with them ever since.
Okay.
I've been involved with every record Dr. Dre has done except for Dr. Dre Presents the Aftermath, and that stunk.
Yeah, that was horrible.
That was kind of horrible.
Y'all
Sorry, Dre, I'm a fan and everything, but
y'all tell me.
You should have had the man on your shit.
Y'all tell me.
You should have had the man on your shit.
I was doing another record called Helter Skelter at that time, so I couldn't be double booked. I even turned down Michael Jackson that year.
What?
Wow. Yeah, because I've done a family project with the Jackson 5.
Okay.
And when I first got down with Suge. And so we were all acquainted, we were all cool. And when Michael was doing that history record, he actually asked me to be one of the producers to work on the record because we had a history.
Right.
But when he told me how he was doing it, I was like, nah, I'd rather do Helter Skelter because I'm getting $500,000 to do it, and I'm getting $10,000 a month to do it, and I'm the only producer on this one. I think I'm gonna go with this.
Yeah.
And it was the best move I ever made.
The Helter Skelter, the DLC project, or the Helter Skelter that was supposed to be the Dre and Cube project?
What you trying to do? You trying to start some shit?
Try just a little bit, just a little bit.
That's the scoop.
I'll be your Huckleberry. Yeah,
already.
It's the Helter Skelter, the DOC Helter Skelter, which at that time DOC was trying to make a statement to Dr. Dre. So yes, he ripped off Helter Skelter from Ice Cube and Dr. Dre, just to send a point across to them. And a couple of those records on Helter Skelter, he did go at Dr. Dre on those records, but it's always been a family thing for us. So we were able to do that and still finish Helter Skelter in time to go help with the Chronic Dr. Dre 2001. You know,
Right, all
so
right.
don't believe in all the feuds that y'all. I mean, there's things people out there thinking me and DOC feud all the time, but when it comes to money, we know where to break that bridge.
Because money mends all wounds.
But for us first, it's just making a great record, and there are just certain people that you have to have involved when you know what you want, they know how to get it. So we put all bullshit aside.
So when the whole beef thing started with Ruthless and Death Row, which side did you find yourself on?
You know, I was working on both sides. Wow. I have always been incredibly neutral, whether it's in the streets or in the studio. I've always been one of them dudes that can go on all sides. So I was actually got to help get a group from here signed to Ruthless while I was working with Death Row.
Who was the group? Was that?
A group called NX.
NX.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm not familiar.
Yeah, they at that time, Easy was in poor health, and so Tamika had to take over their project, and she fucked that up.
I got a question. So I mean, because you knew Easy personally, like how was that whole breaking of the news of him catching AIDS, and how'd that you know what I'm saying? How'd you have a personal connection with him? How'd that make you feel?
Well, without going into too much detail about that, it wasn't a surprise, first of all, and secondly, we were doing the Helter Skelter record when we actually got called. We did the record in Atlanta, and we got a call me and DLC got a call to come attend Eazy-E's funeral. And at that time, everybody was still feuding. Everybody but me, but I was still, you still have to choose where you're going to be during all of this stuff sometimes.
Right.
And so at that time, DLC had, gotten me the big checks. And we are in there. We're in the groove of this record, and he just personally didn't want to have anything to do with that funeral, so we didn't go. And I didn't. And I was my own man. I could have gone, but I had to stay where this dude believed in me enough to say, I don't need Dre on this record. I don't need anybody else but you. Yeah. So I showed my loyalty by not going. But as far as how I felt about him getting sick and dying, I mean, it happened fast.
Quick,
he went in and he never came out, which is another reason black people don't like going to the hospital. But the dude, I mean, when he went in, he had, from what they telling me, he had black hair. Yeah. When the day, the week later, by the time he died, his hair was almost all white. So it got him fast. And I just, like I said, we just weren't surprised. We knew back in the day that
he was out there bad.
Yeah. And so I got a strange relationship with death. It doesn't bother me too much. I don't cry. I don't. I just go, well, that's life. And
this is how it works.
Kind of how it work out.
Yeah.
I had a question. Now, this is I think I may know the answer just from doing the research, but back, I had the Flatline album, the MC Breed album, and I also had the Deuce album, the DLC album.
I already know what you're about to ask about.
About Gorilla Pimpin'? Yeah. How did that work out? Because I mean, there was Breed's song, and then 6'2" was on it.
Okay. Well, here's a hip hop 101.
Okay.
You said something key. You said it was Breed's song. It was DOC's song.
Right. I looked. I actually brought them with me. The CDs. I was looking at the liner notes.
So that's what happened. Sometimes in hip hop, it happened with Bone Thugs and Harmony as well. For the Love of Money was somebody else's record on Ruthless, and that record was given to them because when you have a record that should be a hit,
right,
and it didn't work with one artist, when you find that artist that it does work with, you push it out there again.
Kind of like the Halle Berry thing.
Yeah. So with Gorilla Pimpin', that was the thing. We had done that record for MC Breed. I did the track. DLC did the rap.
Right.
And we actually recorded Flatline here in Dallas.
Okay.
And so when we did that, it was a single for Breed, but it didn't get pushed like we wanted it to.
Right.
And so when we got ready to, my artist 6'2", 6'2" was actually my artist, not DOC's. I loaned him to DOC. And when we got ready to do his album on Aftermath, Dre, DOC wanted to have a song on this album that was written by him because 6'2" writes his own songs.
Right.
But DOC wanted 6'2" to do one of his records. So when Dre heard 6'2" do the lyrics to Gorilla Pimpin', he wanted to do the hook. So if you notice on both records, it's the same hook, but Doc does the hook on Breed's version, and Dre does the hook on 6'2"'s version.
Right. Okay.
So it was a 6'2" record. I mean, it was a DOC record performed by 6'2", produced by me, featuring Dr. Dre, and we just felt like that was the winning formula. Right. But the deal fell apart before we put that record out for personal reasons on somebody's part, you know.
Okay,
so
one more music nerd question. Okay, are y'all the reason why that Ain't No Future in Your Front and part of it was filmed in Dallas, the video?
Most likely.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because he was out here fucking with y'all.
Yeah. He lived out here for a while.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got a question before we slide into anything else. You work with Snoop, right?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? How Gin and Juice, right? Was that you were part of that as well, right?
Well, I don't generally get into naming songs that I've done on these records because they ain't credited that way, and that's for a reason. With an agreement that I have with certain individuals.
Okay.
But I can answer some specific. I can answer some specific questions about studio sessions or songs or whatever. I just won't tell you whether I did them or not on air.
Okay. I dig that. I'll get my answer later on then.
All right.
You know what I'm saying? As your bio, which we had come to find out was totally fucked up.
Fucked up ass bio. Whoever did that shit.
I'm gonna beat your ass in the street when we find you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? But Get Back, did you have something to do with that as well?
Which one?
Get Back with Ludacris. Get back. You don't know me like that.
I saw that I saw that.
That's a record I got credit for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I don't remember doing that record.
Getting paid, not even knowing where it came from. That's what I'm talking about.
Ask you,
that's how you do it.
Did you ever work with Tupac?
Yeah. Work with Tupac before and during
Death Row.
Death Row, yeah.
Okay.
You know, you mentioned Flatline. Before we did Flatline, we did an album for Breed called New Breed.
Right. That had
Tupac had 4 songs on it. Yeah. Tupac was on 4 songs on that, and I was working on that record.
Okay. Yeah. My CD collection is pretty deep, so I know my shit.
Yeah, his shit is very extensive.
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
So before we slide into
some music
break, I wanted to say I think I just got my steak and BJ job on today. So how about me?
Oh, you just got a Facebook message?
I just got a text.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, shit.
So I just got to go find a steak, but I'm looking forward to the BJ.
Hey, whoever that is, you texting the wrong motherfucker.
Wow. Why can't get
I got a homeboy named Irv over here that needs you.
Wow. Hey, try to find some head for Irv here.
It can actually be a steak and shake and BJ day. Worst case scenario.
Man, whole ass steak and shake, man. Fuck steak and shake. Matter of fact, I'm going to get into that in the fuck out.
Okay. So we got the first 2 singles off the new album.
Yeah.
We have Hustler's Eye and we have High Powered, which is your production 6'2" rapping, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, we'll go ahead and listen to those real quick and we'll be back with Erotic D. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
E-World, bitch.
Motherfuckers. Prepared, never scared to empty out the clip or die. I make rap
brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain. Boat work TX, take 1G. Insane 7, I just might be. Clear the smoke, it's hard to see. All I gotta say is don't fuck with me. Take no prisoners, he or she. 1, 2, 3, and your soul delete. Enough said, no need repeat. DOAJDOE. Your heart swell and suddenly bust. Hating ass niggas so hard to trust. They don't give a damn, so I don't give a fuck. Turn them into ashes, just snort your dust. Better watch it, cause I might go psycho. About to get wrecked, better go get Geico. Stand tall like the Eiffel Tower. Get large lump sums by the hour. High powered. You know we gotta stay ballin' hot. We do it so unorthodox. Like that seals over pack the spot. We so high powered. We stay hotter than a burning flame. We the type of people that are party brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain. My heart don't seem to beat from time to time. Walking the streets with this loaded 9 of mine. The city I'm from, it won't rest. 9 7 minutes of less. Can't wait to penetrate your best. The land of the wicked and totally lost. My murder weapon can be tossed. I'm ready to set it out. Like I say, it's judgment day, you dig. The AK got a mind of its own, my dig. Move the crap front to back. Man, this motherfucker hurt, don't know how to act. Heard a bristle in your vertebrae crack, snap loose. Flee from the scene, throwing up the 6'2". If needed, I got proof. In a 60-something group with no roof, letting loose, tell the motherfucking truth. Enemies die so quick, nigga, you ain't heard. You bullshitting, fucking with the mentally disturbed. High powered. You know we gotta stay ballin' hot. We do it so unorthodox. Like that seal, so pack the spot. We so high powered. We stay hotter than a burning flame. We the type of people that are party brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain. High powered. You know we gotta stay ballin' hot. We do it so unorthodox. Like that seal, so pack the spot. We so high powered. We stay hotter than a burning flame. We the type of people that are party brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain. Boat work TX, take 1G. Insane 7, I just might be. Clear the smoke, it's hard to see. All I gotta say is don't fuck with me. Take no prisoners, he or she. 1, 2, 3, and your soul delete. Enough said, no need repeat. DOAJDOE. Your heart swell and suddenly bust. Hating ass niggas so hard to trust. They don't give a damn, so I don't give a fuck. Turn them into ashes, just snort your dust. Better watch it, cause I might go psycho. About to get wrecked, better go get Geico. Stand tall like the Eiffel Tower. Get large lump sums by the hour. High powered. You know we gotta stay ballin' hot. We do it so unorthodox. Like that seal, so pack the spot. We so high powered. We stay hotter than a burning flame. We the type of people that are party brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain. My heart don't seem to beat from time to time. Walking the streets with this loaded 9 of mine. The city I'm from, it won't rest. 9 7 minutes or less. Can't wait to penetrate your best. The land of the wicked and totally lost. My murder weapon can be tossed. I'm ready to set it out. Like I say, it's judgment day, you dig. The AK got a mind of its own, my dig. Move the crap front to back. Man, this motherfucker hurt, don't know how to act. Heard a bristle in your vertebrae crack and snap loose. Flee from the scene, throwing up the 6'2". If needed, I got proof. In a 60-something group with no roof, letting loose, tell the motherfucking truth. Enemies die so quick, nigga, you ain't heard. You bullshitting, fucking with the mentally disturbed. High powered. You know we gotta stay ballin' hot. We do it so unorthodox. Like that seal, so pack the spot. We so high powered. We stay hotter than a burning flame. We the type of people that are party brains. Trip on how we do it so against the grain.
And we're back. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show. That was Erotic D's. The first song was Erotic D, Hustler's Eyes. The second one was also Erotic D, but it was 6'2" rapping.
Can we talk about that song?
Yes, please. Let's talk about that song.
Y'all just got blessed. If y'all don't know, y'all just got blessed. So
let's talk about High Powered because it's like you said, a departure from what people are used to hearing 6'2" or me do as far as track and rap. Well, rapping on that kind of track. The reason we did that is to show people that we are creative. We're gonna keep pushing to bring you new stuff. I mean, and it actually really isn't different from anything we've ever done. Right. We've just always given it to the guys with the bigger names.
I was just about to say, because it does have a real West Coast sound.
We just give it away, and these songs are this year marks the time of us keeping all of our shit to ourselves.
Gotcha.
And High Powered was one of those songs that it's like gonna mark. We're gonna do a crazy video to it and everything. It's gonna mark the beginning of when I listen to a lot of rap these days it seems like a lot of people are trying to get in our lane.
Yeah.
So we create another lane when that happens.
Right.
And so that's what High Powered and a few other songs you'll be hearing coming up are representing. We're creating this whole other lane. So you can stop saying, well, I know a rapper that got a song kind of sound like 6'2". I get sick of hearing that shit because half of the time, 95% of the time, you don't sound like 6'2".
Yeah.
You don't sound like Dr. Dre. You don't sound like Erotic D. But since you think you're in that lane, I'm gonna switch it up and create another lane. And that's what we've always done. That's why we've been in this game. I've been in this game nearly 30 years.
You dig?
6'2's been in the game a long time too.
Yeah.
All you fools could fooling yourselves.
Yeah. Y'all need to step y'all shit up, some of y'all. But I mean, for the most part though, it's not a negative thing for you to want to be in the same lane with guys that are making multi-platinum records.
Right.
But you got to be real with yourself, and when you put one of our CDs in, put your shit in too, and listen to it with a non-biased ear, and you'll find the differences, and you'll find the strengths and weaknesses in your shit, and you can fix that. That's what I do before I even let you hear my shit. I listen to some of my old shit, or I listen to some of my competitor shit, and if it ain't ready, you don't hear it. And that's the only difference between. I mean, if you really want me to break this shit down to a science, that's the only really difference. That's really the only difference between artists who you perceive as dope and some that you perceive as whack. The dope motherfucker just really knows what to let you hear.
Yeah.
Everybody does whack music.
Everybody does whack music.
Yeah, I've been on 6'2" since Greg Street had him doing the intro for. I went and bought the Waste of a Color CD from Bill's Records when I was like 15. I bought it a couple of times. It got stolen. It got scratched.
So you know about L Dog?
Yeah. Okay, I was gonna ask you, is he with your label too?
So L Dog is another ghostwriter for Dr. Dre and so everybody that we work with, L Dog works with. They were a group called Genocide, and we're actually getting ready to work on a new Genocide record.
Man,
do you not have my Sleeper Cell album yet? I got it on a thumb drive. I'll let you. I'll let you.
Chris a blowjob. I think he just got hard. He just got hard.
So look, on my Black Bruce Willis album that came out in 2009. We did a Genocide song on there called Gina Unrealer. Okay. And then on my new album, Sleeper Cell, the first song after the intro is called Kiss My Ass, and it's a new Genocide song.
Okay.
On the new Genocide, I'm rapping and producing, so it's us three in the group. Okay. L Dog is on at least 9 songs on my new album. He's always been there. He's just one of them dudes that ain't tripping on being famous. He just want his money.
That's right.
He plays it back, but he's a hell of a writer. Probably one of the top 5 best writers I ever met in the game. Period.
Okay.
And so I keep him right here. You know what I mean? So he's going to be heavily involved with my new album that I'm getting ready to start for 2013. See, we plan our albums out around here.
Okay.
So we have Sleeper Cell out right now, but we getting ready to start on my new album called Caesar Lives to be out in 2013. Okay. And DOC is going to write songs on there. I've always written my own songs, but this will be the first record I let other writers write. So DOC is going to write 4 or 5. L Dog's going to write. I'm going to write. Got a guy named K.O. Star going to write out of Fort Worth. Romeo No E out of Fort Worth. That's on the record. We ain't even started yet.
Can I write something? You got everybody else writing on this motherfucker.
Been talking to MOP about guesting because I'm doing something different.
Oh yeah, smash out posse.
Told you I'm gonna switch it up. We creating another lane, so we going the opposite direction. So we're gonna have not only my West Coast homies on this record. We're gonna have MOP. We're gonna have Styles P. I already got the quotes on what it's gonna take to get that done, and I got a few other East Coast homeboys that's gonna jump on this record, but it's gonna be an Erotic D production, most definitely. Believe that, and it's gonna be something all brand new,
used to,
all new everything.
I meant to ask you, what I'm saying? Where'd you come up with the name of Black Bruce Wayne? Like, what I'm saying?
Black Bruce Willis.
Black Bruce Willis. My fault.
Just watch out for that.
Cancel that blowjob for this man.
I'm still gonna get it.
Hey, just watch out for that Black Ashton Kutcher, right?
Yeah. You don't want the Black Ashton Kutcher, but the Black Bruce Willis comes from a collection of things. One is my life, man. A lot of things in my life happen, and people think they only happen in movies. Like a lot of the shit that goes on in my life, you wouldn't even believe it. It amazes a lot of people. I mean, from having a shitload of women around all the time, to going to prison and getting out, and still, as soon as I get out, I'm hiring people to shootouts, to all kind of shit that just happens in movies. But it really I mean, I'm sure there are other guys who some of the things I just mentioned, they happen to them too. But it's the sequence that these things happen in, and it's the fact that shit could happen to me one day, and then the next day I can be going to cash a $500,000 check. That's just not real life. You know what I'm saying?
Nah. But that's real nigga shit though. So all you niggas out there thought you was real, you ain't real.
Yeah,
Not this real.
If you real, you own you 100%. That's how I feel about it.
I think we just got some truth dropped on us. Hope you got your umbrella. It's raining cold, hard facts off.
But the Black Bruce Willis came from the fact that I feel like my life is like a movie, and then, you know, at the time that guy was like one of my favorite actors, and so I just wanted to. It just flowed off the tongue better than the Black Kenny Chesney or some shit like that. You know, Black Bruce Willis worked.
Kenny Chesney,
you know what I'm saying? So it worked, and you know, I wanted to be able to use some of the original. The original, I did the Black Bruce Willis album 3 times. I got 3 full versions of that album. I only put out 1, but the original version had a lot of his movie snippets in it. Okay. And they kind of related to each song.
To my Die Hard?
No, not. I purposely stayed away from Die Hard.
Okay.
Because that was like
that would have been too corny to me.
Yeah, too easy.
Yeah.
See?
Yeah. So
you
we don't like easy
get your
around
creation
this
up. Get your creative mind up, folks.
Yeah. So you know what? In preparing for the interview, I was surprised. You know, as big of a Genocide 6'2" fan I didn't realize he dropped an album in 08.
Yeah.
And it seems like, now I saw him perform at the UGK, the free UGK concert they had at the Black Forest Theater.
Yeah.
Before Pimp died. But other than that, it seemed like he kind of fell off the map.
Well, you know, when you are in this business, man, your job is not just in the studio. You have to get out and you have to do shows.
Right.
That's how we sell records. We don't sell records because we're good. There are a lot of people out there that are good that'll never be able to sell a record. You sell a record because you get out there and you get into people's minds, you get in people's faces, you get into their memories. And 6'2" didn't do that with that album you're talking about. It's called Affiliate. It's a bad motherfucker. And I was in prison at the time. I did 3 years in prison out there playing around and shit. And so while I was gone, my wife and a couple of my business partners, they did all they could to keep 6'2" busy. But he just didn't do enough shows. And so, you know, that's one thing that going forward, I'm pressing, trying to make sure I'm impressing on him that you got to show up and you got to do these shows. Man. Otherwise, you being 6'2" or Jay-Z being Jay-Z means nothing if you don't get out there and push these relationships.
Right. I meant to ask you, seeing you did some work with ICP, right? You know what I'm saying? How was that? Because they seem like some real wild boys.
They are businessmen, and all of that other shit is just part of the act.
That's that staying neutral between the Aftermath camp and ICP, right?
Well, yeah, because at the time, me and Eminem, you know, were cool, and we actually talked about that when ICP, they actually sought me out, and you know, we've been fans of yours for 10 years. We really want you to do this album, and it ended up being just a song or two because we couldn't see eye to eye on the business side, but because of their affiliation with MC Breed, and you know they're from Michigan and Breed is from Michigan,
right?
So it was like honorary family shit. You know, they had signed Breed at the time. Breed was on their label, and so he hooked them up with my phone number, and they called me up, and they came down here. They did one of their little Juggalo shows at the in Fort Worth at the what is that thing called, that movie theater. No, not the Granada. It doesn't matter. They came down here, did a show. So that was my first time going to one of their shows. They wanted me in the backstage, and they should have told me why, because I stood in the front row just to watch my homeboys do their thing. Yeah. They got sprayed with root beer all over the fucking place. I had long braided hair, and they got fucking root beer all in my hair. I didn't bring a change of clothes, and I was drenched literally thoroughly from head to toe in root beer because they spray it on the crowd, and that crowd loves it. So
fuck that.
They went and bought out a root beer factory just to be able to do this shit, man.
That's business.
And so they make. When they weren't my cup of tea at the beginning, but when I got to know them, and anybody that any grown man that shows you love and admiration for what you do, to me that's a good man. You know, so I they showed me they openly showed their admiration and their love for what I did. So I agreed to do the music, and they featured Mac 10 on the song, so that was a plus. Wow. Yeah, so we got that. We got that going after sitting down talking to them. As far as what you said, when we talked, after the show, they had already wiped off all the makeup. Yeah. You know what I mean? These dudes, man, had a fleet of 18-wheeler trucks driving around the country in their own shit. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? With all of their concert equipment and all of this. They run a very tight ship. They got movies out, and they make about $10 million a year, man.
Wow. That's making
free and clear.
That's what that is.
And they sell gold without a major label, and so I wanted to be involved with that because once you cross into working with an artist that is outside of what your norm, you actually take on their fan base. Right. And so on Twitter and Facebook and things like that, their juggalos are following me and shit now. Even these years later, they know that I did those records with those guys. So it's been a positive experience. I'm actually reaching out to them to try and offer my services on another record.
Well, shit, hopefully they accept. Yeah. I mean, shit, I'd like to hear another mix on that.
Yeah.
So you got to work with Twisted Black.
Yeah. Well, he got to work with Erotic D.
Okay.
No, that's like my little brother. No, that's like my little brother. Yeah. I've been messing with Black since day one.
Oh yeah.
That's what that is.
Man, it was like he was just on the verge of doing it and. Yeah, caught that case, man.
Yeah, I had songs on One Good Side Records and Twisted Black's mixtapes and all that. It was always a love thing, so I never made it a big deal about letting people know. But I mean, he did pay. He did pay for that. But that was unfortunate, man.
Yeah, I know.
I had a question about DOC before and after the accident. Mm-hmm. How was the transition in working with DOC before and after the accident? Was it like a difference? Did he have there was certain things that need to be done to make the record sound?
I get that question a lot about Helter Skelter, right? Mm-hmm. You're wondering if we had to do anything special to his voice. The suggestion that we try those things did come up, but I took charge of that album like 110%, and I totally killed any notion that we were gonna do anything special with his voice. About the only thing that we did was double up on his raps.
I appreciate that too, because it kept it with a real raw sound. Like you know what I'm saying, you could actually feel the real DOC.
So whatever I would so whatever I would do on your voice, I did on his voice. I didn't do anything special.
So we trying to say I need voice help?
No, what I'm trying to say is
more bass.
What I'm trying to say is you probably
Chris.
You probably only put reverb on your voice, and that's all I put on his voice.
Oh, really?
But when it came to now the real issue with between No One Can Do It Better and Helter Skelter is during the No One Can Do It Better days, his swag was at 100,000 trillion billion.
Right.
Helter Skelter, I had to make him believe that he was still the same dude, just with a different voice.
That's very important too, because I mean, a lot of times, when something tragic happens to you, or something that's tragic to you happens to you, you need your people around you to let you know that you're still the same person, that you're still doing the same thing, even though something might be different.
Yeah, he was mentally fucked up, and then after going through the death row thing, he still wasn't in the clear with that whole situation. There was still, it could go down any day. I can remember when we finished Helter Skelter, we went on the promo tour. We would run into a few death row people here and there, and I missed it. We were doing a show in Miami. We were on South Beach, and I don't know where I was because I was usually with Doc all the time, but he told me that at that time the death row people just surrounded him, and there were just a bunch of them, like they were going to whoop him, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But, so we had to deal with all of that shit too.
Speaking of which, what I don't know if you can speak on it, but what happened with the whole? Was it in Atlanta where there was beef between Luke's camp and Death Row? I remember reading or listening to the audio tape of Luke's book that they basically ran Snoop and Suge, or Snoop and Dre maybe.
Oh, probably so. I wasn't there, but I do know
that was some real beef though.
Yeah,
okay.
That was. I mean, pretty much. There was real beef with Suge Knight and anybody.
Right,
anyway.
I was about to say, how was it actually like dealing with like the beef that Suge brought along?
Well, here's another thing about that. I was like officially one of the first, probably the first artist that Suge managed.
Okay.
It was DOC's company, but everybody thought it was Suge's company. It was Doc's company. So under that company, it was called Funky Enough Records. We had me, DJ Quick. We had Penthouse Players Click. We
remember them. Yeah.
We had Second to None. We had a dude who's calling himself Mr. Chalk now, but he wrote Ice Ice Baby for Vanilla Ice, which was there's a whole nother story behind it. DOC actually wrote Ice Ice Baby.
Mr. Chalk,
did he?
That's not the Mr. Chalk from Raucous Records, is it?
No.
Okay,
Mr. Chalk is a producer on Aftermath now,
okay.
and that's the good thing about Dre, man. Once you've been with him, you can always get in. So Aftermath is comprised. Maybe 95% or better, all of the people that were there in the 80s are still at Aftermath.
So it's still like a big family at Aftermath.
Yeah, and so Mr. Chalk was a rapper back in the 90s, but now he's a producer for Dre. You know, Dre is one of those dudes, man, that when you looking for a place to work or a place to make some money and you've been down before, you can always go back.
Okay.
That's cool.
Shit, that's love.
There was something I was going to ask. Damn.
What was it, Chris?
I don't know. I just.
Damn it.
Yeah.
Smoking them tweeds again?
No.
So you just gonna leave me?
No,
alone?
you got too many questions.
Yeah, man. I just like I said, I feel like a hip hop nerd over here.
Just kid in the candy store.
I'm a nerd.
This man's brain.
Hey, check this out. I tell people this all the time. I'm a fucking nerd. I'm just the coolest nerd you ever met. I'm a nerd. My wife is saying I'm lying, but I'm a. Okay.
I personally testify. This is one of the coolest motherfuckers I've met.
She'll say I'm lying, but then at the same time, she'll tell me my head is full of useless ass information. That's nerd shit.
That's nerd shit.
Oh,
she just said he wasn't cool.
Damn, she just put the whole time.
Oh,
she out of there on that shit.
Now I don't know. Once again, one of them questions. I don't know if you can speak on.
Yeah.
But is the hanging outside the window?
That shit is a lie.
Okay,
lies, all lies. I was there, man, and this dude. Matter of fact, I've been telling my wife for years that was a lie. And we sat up and listened to him on TV the other day and say he never said that.
Lie.
Who?
Lie, baby.
Vanilla Ice?
Robbie Van Winkle.
Oh, okay.
Robbie.
He was on Entertainment Tonight about a month ago. Said he never said that.
Is that where the story came from?
He said it.
He said it.
But he said a lot of. Once again, with bringing up Luke, I remember he was saying that he was from Miami and he went to school with Uncle Luke.
Yeah. Man, let me tell you something, man.
That's who ran. Uncle Luke ran it out of Miami. I know that I heard that.
Back in the 80s, man, when me and DOC were doing our thing and Dr. Rock was here and all that stuff was happening, Vanilla Ice was performing in Dallas just, if not more, just as regularly as any black rapper. Mm-hmm. This dude was already known for dancing and rapping and all of that before he blew up. So all that Miami shit, I don't know when he would have had time to do that. But that's not my business. But no, Suge didn't hang him out of a window, and I was there. We had been out. Mr. Chalk, as I said, had written a song, and he wasn't getting paid. He used to tell Suge, and that's how Suge got in. Suge got in from all of these people coming to him and saying, I'm not getting paid. And Suge would go, you gonna pay him? Pow. You know what I'm saying? And that's how he got in.
That sounds like Suge.
Yeah, so there's a story we might have to tell on another show, but when Suge first got Dre and Doc and Michelle A and all of them off of Easy, he actually brought their contracts to my house.
I read about that, yeah.
He brought their contracts to my home. And
you were disappointed for not doing something with that contract?
I should have kept that shit. I took everything else. I didn't take that shit. I left that shit on the shelf on purpose, man, and that was history. But when we were in that moment, man, we didn't know we were making history. We were making music that we liked.
Yeah.
And that's what I encourage everybody to do. Don't make music trying to please everybody. Please yourself, because that's how NWA was born. That's how Death Row was made possible. That's how Aftermath was made possible. We don't make records to please anybody that's listening, because here's the deal. We are all humans, and when you put out a record and you're feeling a certain way, there are millions of people that feel the same way you feel, and those are the people you should be. Those are the people that you should expect to buy your record. I hear too many times, and I get sick of this shit. And I'm telling you, if you run into me, don't ever tell me this shit and expect me to want to work with you. I got some on my album for everybody. You a goddamn lie, because if you did, you'd be selling more than 4 billion records.
Yeah.
I ain't met a motherfucker yet that can sell 1 billion records. So you can't put a record out that pleases everybody. It doesn't happen.
Right.
So stop trying to do that shit. Stop trying to be gangster on one song and then an ass shaking ass nigga on another song. You're gonna be an ass shaker on all the songs, or you're gonna be a gangster on every song, or this shit ain't gonna work. Your fans want to be able to put you in that box that you think you don't belong in.
Shit, it's best for you. It's best for you to kind of be in that box for a little bit.
You can change who you are over time,
right.
But your followers have to be able to grow with you, and it got to make sense when you do that. You can't tell a motherfucker I hate bitches and then come back and write a song talking about I love all the bitches that I meet. Right. You know what I'm saying? That don't work. You're a liar, and your fans aren't dumb. They see that. So you have to pick a lane and stay in that motherfucker. You know, and that's why the records that we have worked on win. They're consistent. They're the same from the beginning to the end. Do you know what to expect? Your fans want to know what to expect when they buy a record from you.
Right.
So y'all listening out there, please stay in your lane, know your motherfucking role, for your ass get ran over.
And everybody ain't supposed to be the man on the cover. You know what I'm saying? It's okay to be the man behind the man on the cover, man. Some of those people make more money than the nigga on the cover. Trust that.
I want to be that nigga making more money.
One other question.
Ask me 100 other questions.
Okay, shit. I mean, we can be here as long as we need to be. No, but okay. Michelle's voice, was that her voice?
That's her real voice. That's my little homegirl right there.
That's not a put on.
No, she talks like that in real life, and that shit is so funny because she is a funny motherfucker.
I used to love Michelle.
She is funny. And so if you're the butt of one of her jokes, it's magnified with that little ass voice. Because you already ain't got no comeback because the shit was so hardcore. But now you got a little bitch that sound like a little kid, tearing your ass up. So that shit, and she got me a couple of times with that shit. And all I could do was sit there, and you got me with that shit. So yeah, man, that's her real voice. Most of that shit that you hear on those records, those people are really like that.
Okay,
we don't do a whole lot of fabricating and voice change. You just go out, instead of trying to act this role, you go find a motherfucker that's really that.
So you're not a fan of the auto-tune, are you?
At all.
My nigga.
No.
So, like, speaking of switching lanes, so, like, for instance, when Kanye did the whole auto-tune album, that was kind of against what you were just saying.
Yeah, and that's why it didn't work for him.
Right.
That's
why it sold.
It sold, but it got panned. And let me get this let me make this clear. When you are a multi-platinum artist and you put out a record that's bullshit like that, it's gonna sell on the strength of
your past
work. Because in this industry, you'll know you're really in the industry if you hear this. You're only as good as your last record. Okay, so his last record before that was the shit. And so when he put this record out, they anticipated it being that. But if you sold 4 million on that record before and you sold 1 million on this, it doesn't matter that it's platinum, it's still a flop.
Yeah.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Because
you've gone backwards.
Yeah, you always try to outdo yourself from the record before.
So that's why you turn around and he hit you with the other record he hit with after that, and he was back on track. Exactly. I bet you don't do that shit again.
Yeah, I bet he won't.
He don't.
You know, Jasmine be pissed because she loved 808s and Heartbreaks.
Yeah.
Loved it.
But if it sold a million, it struggled to sell 1 million, and that's a flop.
You're right, especially for someone of that
caliber.
Okay, so back to your record. Okay, so right now you have Sleeper Sellout.
Mm-hmm.
Is it a physical copy or is it only?
It's both.
It's both.
You can go to my website and download it as an instant download, paying $10 for it. And I've been doing something different from other artists. You can buy my record, download it, and then email me if you want a physical copy. You can have both. I don't. Once you pay for one version, you can have the other version.
So where do they go to get that album?
It's long as a motherfucker. Go to my Facebook store.
Me and you gonna talk about that later on. I was looking at your site and I was like, man, I used to fuck with the same site you fucking with.
Yeah.
We're gonna talk about that later.
Yeah, I got a .com and everything. I just ain't fucking with that yet.
Exactly.
I did that site to teach myself what goes into doing a website, so I know when somebody is not doing the right fucking job.
We gonna talk about that later.
Okay.
But yeah, you know what I'm saying? For those who are still wondering right now, it's www.winks.com/erotic D /sleeper cell the album. Now, go to that shit, skip the bio, and if you ever run to the dude who wrote the bio, slap the shit
bio
out of
is
me.
not on that website.
The one I went to was. That's where I got it from.
Couldn't be.
Huh?
Not that shit with that 1991 shit, because I built that site myself.
No, you're right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got it from somewhere else. My fault. My mistake. My bad.
You got that on some online bullshit.
Please don't slap me, Powder.
Okay, what about the catalog? Where can we get that?
That's also at my site. You can get the Black Bruce Willis. You can get Affiliated. You can get Affiliated is 6'2's album. You can get one of my old records called Game Over, which
That's
by the way,
I
need to talk to y'all about Game Over 2, which is about to come out. So we got that. We got
Jesus Lives.
No, Caesar Lives is not even, we haven't even started that yet, but there is a free download on my site called 12 Sticks. And it's 12 Sticks because it's 12 sticks of dynamite, basically.
Dig it.
12 songs, and you can get that for free by just leaving your email.
Well,
and you will be getting newsletters after you get that motherfucker.
Well, before I put my foot any more further down my throat, let them know where your Twitter is so that way they can follow you.
Erotic D1, Reverb Nation, Erotic D. Facebook, Erotic D. I got it. Just Erotic D is on all that shit. I got some social media they don't even be talking about.
So Google him, bitch.
LinkedIn. Well, LinkedIn is under.
Wow.
Yeah, LinkedIn. Yeah.
Yeah, LinkedIn ain't under Erotic D though. That's under the government, the Dion Gabriel, because I own other shit too.
Retail. He got his government name.
Yeah.
So I was trying to figure out which one you were in the credits. Because I know is it T Curry is DOC.
Yeah. D Gabriel is me.
Okay,
yeah.
gotcha.
And so I got another album getting ready to come out. Game Over was supposed to be a compilation, but I don't wait on slow ass artists, so it ended up being mostly me. Game Over 2, I had a little bit more time, a little bit more patience. So Game Over 2 is coming out, and it's a compilation, and it's all DFW artists on my production.
Okay.
Hey, these motherfuckers rapping their ass off. We got,
name dropping, please.
We got Romeo No E. We got K.O. Star. We got Kobe Savage. He's got a song called Victory Avenue on there. It's so lovely. We got a singer named Christy B. We got Big Mike from the Ghetto Boys, who, by the way, him and I and 6'2" are going to do a group album.
Wow.
We got, let's see, who else do I have on there? Of course, L Dog, 6'2" are on there.
Right.
I've got I got 2 solo songs and then a couple with L Dog. And then who else do we have on there? Damn, how am I drawing a blank? Hey man, there are a lot of local artists. I'm waiting on a song from another up and coming artist named Lil O. I gave him a track to do, and I'm waiting for him to finish writing that. And who else? Damn. Hey man,
they'll be all right. Their feelings won't be hurt.
A lot of people on there. Hey, when I start doing the press for that record, I won't be forgetting.
Their feelings gonna be hurt.
They'll be all right. They'll be all right when the CD come out.
Yeah.
And you said the Genocide album is when?
We haven't decided a when, but we do have some songs in the can.
Okay.
And we just really waiting on everybody to be in the same place at the same time.
Gotcha.
When we planning it, we got one way to do it. Plus, I got a new studio out here in Dallas. So once this studio is up and running, I know L Dog will be there every day.
Okay.
And then 6'2", whenever he can get there, will be, me and L Dog, we work on the record. As long as 2 of us are there, we can work, and the third one can catch up. So it doesn't matter if it's me and 6'2" one day, or me and L Dog one day, or all of us at the same time. We'll get it together. But it's gonna be some groundbreaking shit. It's gonna be, some sick shit. I mean, I got other producers signed to me too now.
I was just about to ask, you have any advice for any producers that might be watching right now that might help them catapult from where they're at to that next level, even if it's not just making millions of dollars, but just to help them get to the next level of making money, more money?
Yes, I do. Nobody's gonna pay for something that they're not familiar with in the music business. So you better start giving away some work, because the more you share, the more people get to buzzing and speaking your name. When I first got in the business, I would have a cassette tape with me everywhere I went. And
what's that?
Right?
Damn school.
Right? Yeah. I would have a cassette tape with me everywhere I went. In the music business, like I always say when I do my speaking engagements, the music business has never changed. Yeah. It's the delivery system that changes. So it still works. Keep your music on a thumb drive, and when you have an opportunity, just put it in. Don't make anybody listen to it. Put it in. Let it play. Don't tell anybody you did it. And if they start asking who it is, and
then
you
got
tell
something.
them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Yeah. So you got to be at all of these networking functions. You got to go out of town for sure, because it's not just enough to be known in Dallas-Fort Worth. We don't really have a music industry, so to speak, here. You're not gonna make the millions you want to make just by being here if you don't have any other affiliations in other places. So you gotta mix it up. You gotta be, even if I had one guy tell me he don't like the places I go to because everybody's whack. I don't go to those places because everybody whack. They don't rap like I want them to rap. And I had to tell him, idiot, it ain't about what you like. It's about you being there and they getting to know who you are if you're trying to sell music to these people. And by the way, if you're a producer who thinks somebody is whack, idiot, your job is to make that person better than they are.
Right.
You know what I mean? So if you hear somebody that's got a little bit of talent and you got some advice for them, give it to them. You can't, Dallas-Fort Worth is the only place I've been in the rap game where everybody wasn't working with each other.
Yeah.
When I go to California, you're gonna see Slaughterhouse in the studio with Dr. Dre. You're gonna see you're gonna see Tone Loc in the studio with Dr. Dre. You're gonna see everybody around. You're gonna see, when I go to Atlanta, you're gonna see Goody Mob and Ludacris in the same studio. You're gonna see people that you had never heard of in the studio with these dudes, rapping with these dudes, because everybody, if you really in this business and you understand business, it is your job to always try to discover new talent and bring it to the forefront. That's how you eat. That's how you continue to eat. So when people are surprised that I go to these little functions, it's me doing my job, looking for the next 6'2" or the next Snoop Dogg or the next Miss Allen, which was my first artist that I got signed, and she's from Fort Worth. You know, that's how it all started with me and Dr. Dre and all them. I took her up there. I used to write and produce her stuff. So I'm looking always for the next somebody. And they don't have to sound like 6'2". They don't have to sound like me. They need to sound like them, and I need to figure out how I can sell that. And that's my job. So if you're a producer who's staying in your studio and not getting out anywhere and fucking with anybody, your ass is going to be working a 9 to 5 before you know it. And that's just real shit, especially in Dallas.
Yeah. So all those who are watching, got producer friends that ain't watching, need to tell their ass to watch because they just learned some shit that they missed.
Your job is to discover new talent, not push the niggas away.
Reiterate for your dumb ass.
Okay, we've kept you for a while. Well, hopefully we can keep you long enough so you can stick around for at the end of the show. Every time we have a shout out section and a fuck off section.
I'm gonna stay till y'all done.
Okay, cool. So we're gonna listen to a song and we'll be right back. This is actually 425. The song is called Behind the Screens. Shout out to their PR lady, because me and her have been going back and forth, and yes, I want that batch of cookies. She was posting on Facebook of these cookies she was baking. She said we send her an address.
That's the only cookie you want, Chris?
Yes. Well, the rapper, one of the rappers, that's their girlfriend. So you know, I just the cookies and the baking, man.
You want to show me these cookies, man?
I will do that.
Right,
but this is 425 behind the scenes. We'll be right back. This is My Liberation Radio Show.
I'm finna go see these cookies, y'all.
Welcome to the fourth quarter theaters, where today we would like to take you on a behind the scenes look
for every civilian there working. But it's too much for 11-14 here. Am I not worth it? Or is it okay to send me to war with something that's not working? And y'all rewarding this country. No, the violence ain't stopped. Beating the same fuckers killing us, and that's pissing me off. No, I ain't come here to be no target, but that's what you make me. And I'm just wondering when y'all gonna let me take this weapon off safety. Behind the screens in this theater, it's a whole lot of issues, and it's a lot of balls dropped that eventually kill us. And for some, that's the reason y'all families now miss you. All cause one motherfucker's out here playing with continues. But this game has no restart, soon as death come to get you. Ain't no cheat codes for life here, just the one God gives you. But they got us out here like, nah, death won't get you. But explain that to the families and the soldiers' lives y'all run either. Kept this to myself, but my conscience won't see it. So I can pull no punches, I can only tell it how I see it. And everything from my perspective is definitely warped. And why the fuck we train soldiers to let politicians fight wars? And if the media's gonna be here, let them see the truth. Don't ask soldiers to pose and pretend war's cute. And fuck them if they don't understand the job we are here to do. This is war and people will die, innocent ones too. And the only reason we are here is cause diplomacy failed. Until the day we redeploy, we should've unleashed hell. But y'all talk a lot more shit than y'all would ever commit. Telling me wave and be nice, shit, I'm trying to grab my dick and walk this country like I'm God. Instead you made me a bitch. Now this country think I'm soft, and they are killing us quick. I know you gotta see this is broke, then why the fuck it ain't fixed? Cause I'd have never left home if you'd have told me you was cutting my wrist.
Get to see how the work to go in.
And we're back. This is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Yes,
This
it
is
is.
the Steak and BJ edition of the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you haven't been listening. So,
Clean the wax out your fucking ears.
something.
Listen up.
So, this is the time of the show where we have our shout outs and our fuck offs. And we don't have Jasmine in the building today. So, I guess we can start with UP.
You know it.
Okay, shout outs.
All right. Shout out, first of all, to Lloyd. Thank you, God. Second of all, Deep Ellum on Air. Shout out to Jedi Boss Man Kung Fu Jansen. Shout out to Stanton. Shout out to Amberly and everybody else who make this thing run. Shout out to you, Chris P, because if you weren't over there, I'd be over there, and I don't want to work the boards. And shout out to Erotic D, E-World, and everybody else that came through. You want to go into fuck offs now, or you just want hold the road?
I'm sure our guest has some shout outs.
All right. Well, let's see. I'm an anti-social motherfucker. I can dig up some shout outs, though.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with it.
Shout out to my boy ERV, one of my interns, man. He's a beast with his on his business. Shout out to my wife, my sons, all of them. Well, there are three of them. Shout out to my three boys.
Like it was 37. He said this shit like it was 37.
He was only shouting out to his three favorite.
Shout out to everybody that works around E-World Entertainment. Shout out to all the people I do business with, but let's see, who else? I'm not liking too many people. Shout out to all the artists in DFW, though, for real. Clout World, I love what they're doing. And really, man, I just know so many people I can't even, if I start trying to shout out names, we'd be asleep in this motherfucker. So just shout out to everybody I know. If I return your calls, shout out to you.
Shout out to me, because I got a return call. Actually, it was a text, so I don't know if that's a shout out, but I'm just saying.
That's the same thing to me.
I don't have any shout outs. So we'll go ahead and go into fuck offs.
Man, let's see. Fuck off to all you broke ass niggas that say, yeah, I'ma fuck with you. You know what I'm saying? And then they'll never hear a call from you. Bitch, I build websites for $35. You can't find that shit no motherfucking where else. If you can't put $35 into your own career, $35 motherfucking dollars. You can't put $35 into your own career, you's a hoe ass nigga. And I said it.
I'm gonna get 10 websites up out your way.
You know, it's like they rather buy an eighth of Kush. Anyway,
and you know what? If they not buying an eighth of Kush for $35. If you buying an eighth of Kush for $35, nigga, call me 214-741-9111, and I will be on tomorrow.
This
anyway,
is Officer Dickface on your line.
Anybody else, P? No? Okay.
Cool. That's the only thing that really pissed me off.
All right. Now, since you're antisocial, go ahead.
Fuck off to everybody who calls me and I don't answer the phone or return your call. Now you know.
See.
Fuck off to everybody that want a free track or tell me that they can't afford it when they got gold and diamonds dripping off everything that they own.
Hey, I need a free track, man, for start rap career.
That was a good point, man. DJ, go DJ. Damn, Damn, if I get Lucky. God damn, if I can get the shit out of my mouth. Go
Pause.
DJ Lucky and put shit out
Go
my
ahead.
mouth.
Just
You
keep
gonna do me
talking.
like
Keep
that? Yeah.
talking.
You know what I'm saying? Go DJ Lucky say the best. If you walk up to a DJ or producer, you know what I'm saying, draped up, dripped out, and then, you know what I'm saying, want to act like you balling, they gonna tax your ass. This is just some little information for you. So be on your humble shit and walk up on them properly, because if you broke, motherfucker, be broke. If you rich, motherfucker, be rich. But either way, be you.
And by the way, let me tell you something. When you see these rappers that you're trying to emulate with all these chains and all that shit, them niggas only wear that shit in front of cameras, all right? They don't walk around the city all day with that shit on. They go to meetings with button-up collars. They pull their pants up on their ass when they go to meetings. They do not go to meetings smelling like weed. None of that. Not even Snoop Dogg.
Not even Snoop Dogg?
Not even Snoop Dogg.
Wow. Say, y'all just got hit with some real knowledge. I ain't lying to y'all. 'Cause I thought Snoop was high all the time.
See, I have a fuck off, but I forgot it in the car, so I have to run downstairs. So I'm gonna play the throwback track, and at the end of the throwback track, I'm gonna bring back why I have a fuck off.
Oh, I got a shout out.
Okay.
Shout out to the Cathedral on Rouse, because even though I didn't understand a lick of the Spanish that was spoke, I still felt the spirit.
I like that church.
Yeah.
Or whatever it is.
Okay, so
you talking about the dome thing, right?
Yeah.
I've been there.
Yeah.
Okay, so the throwback track of the week is Black Bruce Willis off of the
Aha.
Game Over mixtape.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna play that. I'm gonna run downstairs. I'm parked right in front of the station, so it won't take me long. I'm gonna come back and tell y'all my fuck off.
I'm actually listening to this song.
All right, this is the Mildly Abrasive Radio Show.
Log on for more info. I'm gonna go finish slam my fight on the dash now. I'm out.
The witch doctor, he got you. The witch doctor gon' rock ya. The witch doctor, he got you. I'ma take you to a mad place that I call my home, where my pride and my manhood is all I own. I hustle every day in hopes that I can bubble. My struggle is one of sex, money, and murder. You ever heard of a killer? Well, picture me in a fix and running out of time and tricks. I beat the bricks to find a better way to maintain, cause I know I see a better day. But every day I sink deeper into ghetto life. Instinctively I grind for big faces. I'm faceless in society. One man's pain, another motherfucker's gain. Y'all hear me? So I continue pushing cane. I hit my knees and ask my savior in the sky to save me and guide me. But sometimes I'm blind and can't see. But behind me, a trail of broken dreams so clear to my vision. Seems like the whole world's a prison, so listen as I begin to paint this picture like Van Gogh. And can't no other man go where I can go. Through the streets of B-World and it's the realest. Got me feeling like a Black Bruce Willis. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the illest. Gotta get my crime on the rhyme without no limits or gimmicks. Cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fittest. And all the drama make me wonder how I constantly live. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the illest. Gotta get my crime on the rhyme without no limits or gimmicks. Cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fittest. And all the drama got me feeling like a Black Bruce Willis. I'm rolling 7-zip Cadillacs in Ville and I'm holding. I'm with my homie out of Oakland. Moonlight shines bright to light the way. Being cautious, I got warrants I forgot to pay. And since I don't get high, I keep some full supply of sweet leaf, and he cheats a zip while we dip. Infatuated with my photo, Desert Eagle. What you don't know, it seems my life is moving in slow-mo. It's either kill or be killed, chaos or murders or marriage. And the average motherfucker who kills ain't the baddest. It's the saddest situations that make you hate the system. We all victims, but some of you niggas wanna ball with them. Republican or Democrat, they all quick to give a crack trial to your unborn child. But meanwhile, you should love this institution. Fuck them no, I let them and dump their body off in Houston at their mama front. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the illest. Gotta get my crime on the run without no limits or gimmicks. Cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fittest. And all the drama make me wonder how I constantly live. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the illest. Gotta get my crime on the run without no limits or gimmicks. Cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fittest. And all the drama got me feeling like a Black Bruce Willis. I live my life like we do in Fort Worth, man. Real niggas either rap or slang cocaine. And I got bitches with their ass so fat they drop jaws. And they quick to get your wig towed back when you drop draws. So trust no bitch or no hoe where I'm from to have your niggas dialing
911. And it's a trip the way these niggas grip your nutsack. Since I'm ballin', they don't like me and they want the box, but fuck that. And I ain't gay, but if you fuck with Benjamin, you see your last day. And it don't matter, black on black or black on white, okay? I got to get my lips in a string, and I got to dump on niggas who try to intervene. So-called homies wanna see me get my wig split. Well, bring they ass to E-World with that bitch shit, because I'm looted. They wanna get the same thing, but I pursued it from day one in just a quiet game. You heard me? That's why you niggas wanna mount the shit. It's a known fact to get fucked when you're playing bitch. Get your grind cause you can't have mine, and that's riding on my E. And I'ma never let you bitches fake me. I got to get my grind on, partner, cause my city's the end. Gotta get my crime on the run. Without no limits or gimmicks, cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fit. And all the drama make me wonder how I constantly live. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the end. Gotta get my crime on the run. Without no limits or gimmicks, cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fit. And all the drama, I go through shit like I'm a black Bruce Willis. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the end. Gotta get my crime on the run. Without no limits or gimmicks, cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fit. And all the drama make me wonder how I constantly live. I got to get my grind on, nigga, cause my city's the end. Gotta get my crime on the run. Without no limits or gimmicks, cause when you hit the street, it's all about surviving the fit. And all the drama got me feeling like a black Bruce Willis.
And we're back. This is the My Liberation Radio Show. And before we leave, okay, fuck off. Fuck off to the guy. You see this? Fuck off to the guy that gave me this dollar bill. Yeah, ain't that a bitch? I don't know who it was, but why you gonna put gum out in the...
You was a hoe ass nigga, man.
Yeah, I reached my pocket. I went as a 7-Eleven. I was like, ugh. So yeah, fuck off to you. Appreciate you, Erotic, for coming through. Y'all, if y'all missed any part of it, check it out all week. The replay is available all week. I'm out of breath from running up the stairs. And shit, this is the My Liberation Radio Show. Next week, we got Q the comedian. And we'll be talking about things that will get you kicked out of bed. This is the My Liberation Radio Show.